What up, everyone? This stream is going to be talking about why y'all need to stop lying to yourself. Wow, it is probably the sunniest it's been all day. And that's when the sun's about to go down. Very interesting. Yep, summertime. Yeah, I used to play Roblox a long time ago. Long time ago. If you don't remember, it's okay. I remember. A lot of people ask me that question, though. One of the main questions I get on lives, even if it's titled something about like gym or fitness, is, do you play Roblox? I'm just like, bruh. What is this Roblox obsession? But nah. Wow, we got someone already voted then saying yes. They do lie to themselves. Sorry about that. Wow, 2 votes saying they're lying to themselves. Okay, let's talk about it. Why lying to yourself actually hurts you in the end. So here's the thing. A lot of people lie to themselves because they're trying to avoid discomfort. They're trying to avoid a painful topic or painful discussion that they know they need to have with themselves. That's why they lie to themselves and say, oh, it's not really like that. Oh, I don't really need to do that. No, it's unfair, blah, blah, blah. That's called, coping or whatever. And, you lie to yourself enough, you can train your brain that it's okay to lie to yourself, right? But what happens is you think you're getting out of pain. You think you're getting out of a painful situation when you lie to yourself. You think, I don't want to deal with this painful conversation. I don't want to deal with the truth of myself. So I'm just going to avoid it and lie to myself. But what happens is you actually get more hurt in the end. There's actually more pain in the end when you don't lie to yourself, or when you do lie to yourself, because now you're not growing at all. Now you're sitting there trapped, just blaming everything else, lying to yourself, acting like it's not your fault, right? Instead of just saying, hey, maybe it is my fault, or even if it's not, I'm going to put it as my fault just so I could grow. That's the mindset you need to have, okay? That's the mindset you need to have. Oh, man. All right, so yeah, but everyone, Jesus Christ, flip-ups right now. Everyone that's in the, everyone that's in the live, I don't want you to lie to yourself. Yo, Jake, I'm trying to become a Christian artist. Do you think you could help me produce a song? Whatever you need, brother, let me know. I got you. I'm not good at music at all. At all. I'm probably one of the worst people when it comes to making music. But if you need me for, motivation, or, you need me to say a certain thing, or whatever you need, let me know, and I can help you. I just, I'm definitely not good at that stuff. I'm way better at, lifting weights and helping y'all become the best versions of yourself. But if you still need me for mindset, let me know. And I don't know, You can let me know if y'all were in the other chat what happened. We got into a little bit of a debate with someone about health and how, you're being lied to about health. And it got pretty heated. And but it was a good debate, because at the end of the day we learned a lot of stuff about how, the other side really thinks, and what, the USA lying to us is actually doing to our human population, how it's actually affecting us. So that was good. Bro, stop flexing, you're not strong. Oh, man. What do we got? Where is your shirt? It's Arizona. It's hot, and I'm here to give y'all some life. You know what? Actually, let me run this through the chat really quickly. Here to give y'all life advice. Nothing else but that. See what Jeremiah. Oh, doesn't look like anything. You think you can help me out with setting me up with a producer? I don't really know any producers, to be honest. I'm being serious. I actually don't. I am so not in the music field, unfortunately, that for me, it's just like, for me. Oh wait, yeah. Let me just get on this chat real quick. I don't really know how to even start with that. Let me just answer this question really quickly. My bad. I suck at computer stuff, guys. I'm sorry. What up, everyone watching? Let me pin this, actually. What up? Okay. Where do I need to go for this? I need to go somewhere. Okay. Here we go. All right. So yeah, if any of y'all got any questions about anything relating to about lying to yourself and stuff like that, let me know. Oh, 71% said they're not lying to themselves. Okay, that's good. That is very much good. Love that. Well, hell yeah. Keep it up, and let's keep running through the chat and keep vibing out here and keep helping y'all out. Keep giving y'all life advice with what y'all need. My cat died a year ago, and sometimes I hallucinate that my cat's still alive and roaming around the house. Well, best thing to do is just maybe get a new cat. I mean, that's the best advice I would probably say. You know what I mean? Because it's not like you're just going to start forgetting about it all of a sudden. That's not how that works. So maybe just get a new cat to try to make yourself feel better. Oh, man. What else we got? What up, everyone? What up, everyone hopping in? Talking about, are you lying to yourself? Now, apparently this chat is saying that most of them are saying they're not lying to themselves. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think y'all are lying to yourselves about lying to yourselves. I'm going to call y'all out right now. So, are you really being fully honest with yourself? Are you? Seriously. And if you are, I would hope you would say that, yes, and I'm not doing my hardest, and I should be, but I'm not. Because that would be honest with yourself. But if you're like, no, it's everyone else's fault, and I'm being honest, then you are so cooked in life. Life is not going to be any easier for you. Things are not going to get better for you, and you better fix that mentality now before it gets worse, to be honest. Like, it could really, really, really affect you. So keep that in mind, that the way that you talk to yourself, the way like you lying to yourself is way, way more hurt than you just going through that tough conversation that is going to be painful with yourself. So, like, instead, if you're addicted to something, you know what I mean? Instead of being like, no, I don't want to face the reality that I'm addicted to it, I don't want to really have that conversation with myself. Well, the pain's going to hurt more 10 years down the line when you're still addicted and you never changed it when you actually had the opportunity. Now it's 10 times harder to actually change the addiction because you're in such a rabbit hole. And that's what lying to yourself does. It puts you in a deeper rabbit hole. You know what I mean? So once you stop lying to yourself, what happens is something changes. Something changes in your brain, some changes in your body. You start blaming everything on yourself, and you start pinpointing the different things that you could have done to make this situation different. So this is kind of a life hack on how to take control of your life. Stop lying to yourself, aka stop lying to yourself. The way to take control of your life is to blame literally every single bad thing that has ever happened to you on you. Okay? And I know this is weird because you're like, what do you mean? Not everything that bad that's happened to me is my fault. I agree. That's true. But if you go in with that mindset, then you will find that you have much more control over things that you thought you had no control over. That's the thing. So, yes, it might feel weird. Yes, you might be like, is this really my fault? And it might be a tough conversation. But if you are always like, I can't build muscle, I'm too skinny, can't build muscle, too skinny, blah, 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 then you always kind of lie to yourself, like to like an excuse, blah, 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 whatever it is, then yeah, you're never going to do it. But if you're finally honest with yourself and you're like, you know what, I could be training harder. You know what, I could be eating more. Yes, I eat more than my friends and I still don't gain weight, but I could still be eating more. Like, you need to be honest with yourself about these things. Like, yes, I train hard at my sport, but I could be training harder. Yes, but I could go to more than just one. I could train more than 3 times a week. I could, I mean, you could just find more to do, but you have to be able to actually do that and not let weakness take you over. You know what I mean? Or just lying to yourself in general. Because I'm telling you right now, the person that's honest with themselves has a much better chance of being able to get out of that bad situation than the person that blames literally every single thing on everybody else. Or a disease or a mental disease or mental disorder that some doctor told them they had. You know what I mean? What up, everyone hopping in? Jake, who would win, 50 clones of you or one bear? Depends what bear, brother. If it's a grizzly bear, maybe. If it's a polar bear, probably not, to be honest. Unless I gash them in the eyeballs and the eye sockets. Y'all have to understand, the whole 50 to 1 or 100 to 1, man versus beast argument, the only way the dudes are going to win is if they go for the eyes, so then they make it blind. That's the thing, is if you have 50 strong dudes that are all going like this to the eyeballs, I mean, eventually if one of them can just get them blind, I mean, how much, if the polar bear's eyes are blind, you have a chance. You know what I mean? If the gorilla's eyes are blind, you have a chance. If they're fully seen and coherent, there's no, even if you have 50 dudes, they're not going to be able to fight them. You know what I mean? You have to be able to take out their best weapon, which is their eyesight. You know what I mean? And also, my plan would be different, because a lot of people think that how the 100 would go, it was just one by one. 10, 3 people would come up, and then the next 3, no. If it was really my 100 people and we all had a plan, we'd all attack at the same time, all going like this. Imagine 50 of me and a bear going like this, trying to gash their eyeballs. You're telling me not one of this is 4 fingers on one person. There's 50 people total, 200 fingers. Not one of them is going to hit one of the eyeballs? Going like this, all full force. Come on. One of them's got to hit. Maybe the first 10 are going to get killed, but that 11th and 12th guy can just go, because they're, worried about this guy. You're worried about this guy. Done. You're not looking. Keep that in mind. My name is what up? What's good, everyone hopping in. We're just out here trying to get 1,800 subscribers today. That's the goal for tonight. Probably going to hit it soon and then maybe go for 1,900 if we can get it. but still trying to talk to y'all about the main issue, which is lying to yourself. You know, basically just feeding yourself bullshit you know is not true, and then trying to convince yourself that it is, and then constantly putting yourself in a loop of pain because you're afraid of one painful conversation, so you put yourself in a lifetime of pain. And all you have to do is have one painful conversation with yourself, be honest with yourself, and then boom, you get to work, okay? It's as simple as that. But if you can't have that painful conversation that you need to cut out the addiction, that you need to, like, just start losing weight, start building muscle, all these different things. If you can't figure that out, I mean, I don't know. Like the first step is being honest with yourself. If you can't do that, you can't do anything. You really can't. Because you're always going to constantly look for the excuse or lie to yourself. And if you lie to yourself, you're only hindering your growth. If you lie to yourself, you're only hindering your growth. Because at the end of the day, you're lying to yourself. You're not really lying to anyone else because what happens is a reflection of you. So like if you're overweight, say you're overweight, right? You lying to yourself saying, I'm not that overweight. Like, it's not really my fault. Like, I have genetics. I really, like, you know what I mean? You could lie to yourself, but people aren't going to lie. You know what I mean? People aren't going to lie to themselves. People aren't going to lie to themselves for you. So when you're like, you lie to yourself and say being overweight's okay, and then like, I shouldn't be mistreated by other people or disrespected or, not get jobs or not get relationships because of my weight. You have to understand that other people are not lying to themselves. You are. You're the one that's lying to yourself. So you're the one that has to make the difference. Everyone's not going to cater to you. So yes, you're allowed to lie to yourself, but you might as well just stay in your home for the rest of your life because other people are not going to do it. And that's why they get so concerned with the whole like acceptance, like accept me for who I am. It's like obviously everyone deserves moral respect, but the idea that you should, be like people shouldn't care in relationships or job or like it shouldn't hurt you and like qualifying for a job, like of course it's gonna hurt. Of course you really think one person that's overweight compared to one person that's in shape, you don't think that makes a difference in who's going to be more qualified for the job and who they're going to pick? Even if the overweight person might be better, unfortunately people are pretty judgmental. That's another thing you guys have to understand, and there's another thing I had to understand, is no matter if you're not judgmental or you're not mean or whatever, people are, and there's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing you can change about that, okay? Once you realize that, then you could actually just go into your goals and start doing them instead of trying to convince people that they shouldn't judge you or that they're going to judge no matter what. No matter what, they're going to judge. It is as simple as that. So you might as well make them judge something good. You might as well make them jealous. I mean, you might as well, because they're going to judge anyway. They're going to hate anyway. So you might as well just make it work. You know what I mean? Doing good. Talking about, why you need to stop lying to yourself about, life and these different things that are holding you back. And, you're basically, when you lie to yourself, you're sacrificing short-term pain for the longest-term pain possible because you're avoiding a conversation that really, really hurts. And what happens when you do that is the problem continues because you're avoiding the tough conversation. It gets worse, and it's more pain than the actual painful conversation itself. So why don't you just go through the painful conversation, go in your room, go in a quiet place, go in a closet, go in, the forest, whatever you need to do, have the painful conversation that you don't want to have with yourself, that you know you need to have to grow, and then go from there. Why don't you do that? Seriously. A mindset is just a voice in your head telling you what to do. Exactly, And one of the coolest things is, one thing you really do have control over, because we don't have control over a lot in this world. The earth is spinning, people do things. We don't really have control. What you do have control over is what your brain and the voice in your brain is telling you to do, okay? That's what mindset is. So if you want to feel control, that's how you feel control, by controlling your brain. You have one thing that you can control. It's your brain. Your brain controls your arms and legs and what you do. So if you have control over that, then you could basically win anything. But if you can't control your brain, if you can't control what your brain does or what it says or how it acts or if it lies to itself or not, then you're never going to be free. You're always going to be a slave to, your own brain. It's insane. But that's the truth. And again, a lot of y'all are like afraid of conversations, which is understandable, but you have to understand too that yes, you're afraid of a conversation, but there's a reason you're afraid of that conversation. Why are you afraid of that conversation? Why are you afraid of that conversation? Maybe you're afraid of the conversation because you're like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm afraid of it because I know that it's painful and I know that it's what I need to do, but I don't want to do. That's why you're afraid of it, because it's what you're afraid of is change and growth, but really just what it takes to grow. And the fact that you know you need to do it. That's why you're afraid of the conversation. That's why people are afraid of the conversation when it comes to their addictions, alcohol, whatever. And it's like they're afraid of the actual conversation itself. Now, it's okay to fake smile every day and have deadly thoughts when alone. Because if you express something, the world thinks you're going to think you're an attention seeker. Okay, so here's the thing. Definitely don't fake smile, because that is one of the biggest things that can cause depression, because you're smiling so much, you're trying to act for everyone else, that you literally become depressed because you're tired of acting for everyone else. So, and it's one of those scariest, worst forms of depression that someone can have, depression symptoms. So instead, what I would recommend is not necessarily like expressing your thoughts in an attention-seeking way, but maybe expressing your thoughts in I want help, how can I help? How can I get help? And what I would actually recommend is maybe talk to ChatGPT, because then it's not going to be judgmental. It's not going to be a person that's like, oh, you're an attention seeker. ChatGPT will be like, I understand what you're saying, and I want to help you, and let's figure out how to help you. So if you tell ChatGPT, like, I'm going through depression, I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know, like, I'm sad that I'm like fat or whatever your situation is, ChatGPT will be like, all right, well, let's come up with a full plan on how you can lose weight in a healthy way and grow to become the best version of yourself. So understand that if you ever feel like you don't have anyone to talk to about your depression or problems, as crazy as it sounds, ChatGPT is one of the best things to help you. And I know I know you guys are like, what do you mean? You're talking to a robot? No, you're talking to one of the smartest things ever created by humans, that is way faster than you, can process things way quicker than you, and can basically get your all unorganized, all crazy thoughts into an organized situation that can turn into a schedule that you can help grow. So yes, 1000%. Don't fake smile. Just stick to what your emotions actually are saying, and always try to fix on a growth path. Always try to stay on a growth path. I have depression. I don't know if I have depression or not. If you're saying I don't know if you have depression or not, you don't. Okay, just so you know, because again, there's people that like to pinpoint, like, oh, like, I might have depression. Like, you may have symptoms of depression, but you don't have depression. Okay, and the truth is, I don't really think anyone has depression the same way someone has one leg. You know what I mean? I don't think it's this permanent thing. Like, I don't think it's like it's a tattoo, like a permanent thing that you cannot take away, and there's nothing you can do about it. No matter what you do with your lifestyle, diet, anything like that, there's nothing you can do to change it. I don't believe in that. I believe that there's depression symptoms that happens to people, and you have to combat it. But again, even if you do have the mindset that I don't like, which is I am depressed, why is it always a war in my head, not a war in my head that I'm going to win? You know what I mean? So I want you all to not think of depression as this dictator that's controlling you, and maybe think of this depression as an enemy that you have to kill. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be the hardest enemy I've ever killed in my entire life, but I'm going to do it because it's trying to kill me, and I can't allow it. Like, if something's trying to kill you, would you not defend yourself? Like, think about it. So if depression's trying to kill you, would you not try to defend yourself from it and try to attack it? Like, why would some people like to defend depression as if it's like a real thing? It's like, why are you defending your own enemy? Like, you're trying to say, like, no, my enemy actually, like, hurts me. Like, my enemy is actually why are you not trying to just kill your enemy? Why do you keep on just trying to say that the enemy's there? Like, try to actually fight it, maybe. I have good days and bad days. See, that's normal. It's normal for you to have good days and bad days. That's a normal part of the human experience. What up? How about Meta AI? Any AI in general will help with, keeping yourself locked in, and your brain and your thoughts, and helping with depression, anxiety, stuff like that. Even if I'm depressed, I can't tell words not placed to trust. People will just trust and betray me. Kindness, exactly. That's why you got to use AI, because humans sometimes aren't really capable of helping people with depression. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to go deeper, because, like, again, it's hard for a human to have sympathy and understanding while also pushing the growth. You either have two kinds of people. You have the person that's too sympathetic while also giving you zero solutions. So they'll just sit there and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. That's it. That doesn't make me feel better. And then there'll be the person that, which helps way more for me, that's like, nope, you have to figure this out. You have to figure this out. You have to do this thing, that thing, that thing. That doesn't work for everyone. So my approach is, hey, brother, I see where you're at. I know it's hard, but you still have the ability to change it and go hard and do what you need to do. And like, so I'm saying that's my point is, there's always a way. Okay. It doesn't need to be one or the other. What up? What up? What up? Been through depression. You actually got anime? Nope. What up? What up? And it was hard to get out of depression. Yes, it's hard to get out. It's hard to defeat symptoms of depression, especially when your lifestyle is in such a, constant state of doing things that are going to constantly keep you depressed, like video games, like scrolling, like bad food, all that. But the truth is, the second you cannot label it as something that's controlling you or taking you over and more as an enemy attacking you, you have a lot more confidence and a lot more like fight and will, because again, we used to be like primal tribe like people that, there's a good side and there's a bad side. That's in us biologically. So if you can look at depression like that's the bad side, that's the enemy, and you're the good side, you're trying to win and not let it attack you, you're defending yourself from it. That's how you got to look at it, instead of looking at like this dictator that just controls you and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Even if I do everything, healthy lifestyle, lift weights, there's nothing I can do about this depression. That is one of the worst ways to think, and it's part of the reason that the labels keep people stuck in thinking that they have depression that's just permanent and there's nothing they can do about it. And people say, why do you have suicidal thoughts? Are you okay? Is the wrist thing ill here? Like people say, why do I have, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people don't really know how to help people with suicidal thoughts, because they go either straight into understanding, or if they don't understand, then they just go straight into like solution. And my whole thing is I go into understanding and then solution. Like I understand where you're coming from. I sympathize with you. I understand that it's hard. And then I say, all right, this is hard, but you're stronger. You're better than something that's hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. You know what I mean? Whole different mindset. All right, peace out, brother. What up? What up? What up? Oh, thank you, man. I'm doing good. Yeah, and I don't know, some of y'all missed the last stream, but we literally had someone that was definitely disagreeing with everything I said, pretty much about depression, and basically they were under the idea that all pharmaceuticals help. And, that's why people and it was just like, they literally said they had 9 different mental illnesses. And I was just like, I'm sorry, you're disagreeing with me here. You're the one with 9 mental illnesses. Like, it was actually insane. I wish you guys would have saw the chat, but you guys won't be able to see the chat, but you will be able to see the actual live stream, so you can see that debate if you all want to check that out. But I was good because it was actually like the opposing side. Like when I talk about my health stuff, like right now, no one cares, or not no one cares. No one's like going to disagree with me. No one's like, yeah, you say what you say. We listen to you for your mindset stuff. But this was the first time someone actually disagreed with my like whole health theory when it came to even like food and how it correlates to depression and stuff. And it was good to debate her and stuff. But then she got a little too like emotional and kind of just was like, she basically said like you could be on roids, like, and I told her my blood work was really good. She's like, that's a lie. And I'm just like, okay, well, if you're just not going to believe anything that I say, then I guess we can't have this debate anymore. But I enjoyed the beginning of it because we actually got to a conversation, and the viewers got to see how much the USA has hurt us in health, because they got to see a prime example of someone that's on a bunch of meds that completely disagrees with what I'm saying, and you could see how unhealthy they sounded and how unhealthy they were and how emotional they were. So it was a prime example. So it was a really good situation, but yeah. What up, everyone hopping in? I think Dog Trainer was in there when we got into that like debate. I don't know. But what up? Hey, your eye is weird, bro. Now how weird do they look? What should I do if I just straight up am the guy in the friend group who gets no girls? Okay. what you should do is use that as motivation to become the best version of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to stay in the gym, you need to stay on your grind. But if you're genuinely the guy in the group that is like the one that, like, it may seem that way, but the truth is, that's your motivation. That's your fire. That's your fuel. That's what you think about when you're trying to get better and you're on your grind. Because you really, like, what else are you going to do with that fire? Like, obviously, it's going to piss you off. You know what I mean? So instead of being like, like, I should just ignore it, like, just be like, no, this pisses me off and I want to change it. And I'm going to do everything to change it. I'm going to try to talk to as many girls as I can to practice talking to girls. I'm going to become as best looking as possible so I can have the most confidence. I'm going to become good at my sport or whatever I'm doing to become the most confident version of myself. So then when I get older, my friends look at me and they think, oh, wow, this guy's like the one that now gets the most girls. He went from the no girls to the most girls. And wouldn't it feel a lot better to get no girls, to get a bunch of girls, than just starting off with girls? I think one is way better because you actually feel like you earned it. You know what I mean? You actually worked for it. You weren't just handed it. And then once life goes by and then, you were always handed things, and then the second life hits you in the face, you're like, whoa. But you've already been through the tough part. You've already gone through it. So now everything is pretty much easy and simple for you because you're already stronger. Your eye is really small. Maybe my face is just really big. I was in there. Oh yeah. You saw it. It was interesting. It was good though. But like, yeah, one girlfriend past 6 years, bro. Don't mean anything. Like, it's all good. Like I said, like, that means that you can get a girl, and if you can get one girl, you can get another. Simple as that. That is the rule of thumb there. It's just how eyelids look. Good pro. Oh. I've also had one girl in the past 7 years, and my last one was 6 years, and she'd already cheated on me last year. Yeah, guys, the cheating, it gets tough because I know a lot of dudes. I don't want to get too talkative about the whole girls cheating thing, but I know a lot of dudes get confused. Like, why do girls cheat? I gave her everything. Why did she cheat? Well, the exact thing you just said there. I gave her everything. That is why girls cheat. Because if you give them too much, then it's like, whoa. Like, what? Like, there's no chase. There's no tension. There's no mystery. It's just all there, all given to you. Like, if you guys were given your goals right away, like given, $1 billion right away, like, you wouldn't have any respect or, like, appreciation for it. You know what I mean? And that's why a bunch of people that win the lottery, 90% of them go broke again because they have no appreciation. They don't know how to use the money. So it's the same thing with, like, with girls. It's like, you don't have appreciation for it, then, well, like, sorry, I got a little tangent. Or it's like they don't have an appreciation for you. If you give them everything, they're going to cheat. So, but if you don't give them everything, if you kind of hold it back and be like, wait, no, here you go. Wait, take it back. Wait. They're like, whoa, I want more. What are you talking about? And then, that's more of the obsessed situation. Two girls, I am like an annoying tag along to guys they like. I have no problem with finding guy friends, but the girls that are just so annoying to me because they think I'm annoying or ugly. So, like I said before, you are looking at someone that is literally, like, the words you are describing, I almost feel very, very similar to, especially when you talk about, like, the girls that are, just annoying because they find me annoying or ugly or whatever. And I'm telling you right now, that is your fuel. That is your fire to prove them wrong. Maybe they do find you that way, or maybe they don't. The point is, it doesn't matter. You're going to make yourself the complete opposite of that, and then you're going to pull up one day and they're going to see you and they're going to be like, wow, he really is not the annoying ugly one anymore. He's like on a whole different like vibe now. And you prove them wrong, okay? And it's not like you're doing a certain goal for other people, okay? It's just free motivation because you're not going to forget about it or ignore it anyway. So you might as well use it as motivation, use it as fire, use it as fuel, because you're not going to forget these things. You're not going to forget when girls reject you. You're not going to forget when, the girl like doesn't like you or they find you annoying or ugly. You're not going to just ignore and forget that shit. So you might as well just use it as motivation to become the best version of yourself, because there's it's either that or you sit there and stay the same and let them treat you the same, because nothing's going to change unless you change yourself. If they going to cheat, they going to cheat. Yes, true. That is true. They cheat, they cheat. Facts. You remember me? I have three girlfriends. I don't know why I always attract gold diggers. So the reason that you might be attracting gold diggers is because you want to give them like dates or like dinners when you first meet them. You can't really be doing that when you like first meet them. You can't really be offering them too much. To be honest, I like to take my first dates on things that cost no money, like a walk in the park or even just hanging out at my place. To be honest, like it's not really like you have to understand like girls are very much like if they like you enough they're not looking to like you to take them out on dinner and stuff unless and unless you really want to make it like unless you want to make them like hold you long term and go through all these tests and they're going to take you way more serious. But if you want that raw attraction, just pure attraction, you have to just find the girls that like you and then be able to just be naturally charismatic. But if you're attracting girls that are gold diggers, it means you're offering too much money in the front. You need to hold that back. Like I said, I plan on making a lot of money, but I'll tell you, all the girls that I take on dates when I have a lot of money, I will not be using any cars. I will not be wearing anything expensive, and I will not be taking them to my expensive house. We'll be going on a walk because I need to make sure that they like me for me and nothing else. Okay. No matter what you do, they have their own mind. Love that, Bones. Oh my God, I love that. So this is right to a certain extent, but let's break it down into the best way possible. So no matter what you do, they have their own mind, is pretty much true. Like no matter what you do, okay, their mind is what they're going to go off of their emotions. They're going off of what feels the best. So yes, you can do different things to make them feel different things, but there's no point in worrying about how they feel or how they feel about you because their mind's always switching. You know what I mean? So it's like there's really no point of even thinking about it. You know what I mean? So just so just keep that in mind. Uh, sorry. Let me get on the chat. I am way too behind right now. Jake, we're talking about this like 2 days ago. I know. I'm sorry. This is so off topic. We need to get back into why you're not lying to yourself. Prove them wrong by not caring. Look, you could not care, but at the end of the day, uh, if I have found that me trying to not care about people disrespecting me, I'm unable to do it. I'm unable to not care. I have maybe too much pride in myself. Maybe I don't like to disrespect too much. Whatever it is, I need to become the best version of myself, okay? And obviously, when you become the best version of yourself and you have the internal confidence, then people saying things won't really affect you that much. You guys see how much hate I get, and I still keep going because it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. But if you're in a point right now where you know it bothers you, then you kind of have to change it. You kind of have to fix it. You kind of have to get it better in some way because if not, it's always going to bother you. Even if you try to not care, even if you try to ignore it, if that doesn't work, then what's your other option but to fix it and change it and become the best version of yourself? All right. One of my biggest muscular kids in my middle school, and I've seen a good physique, and I'm good at sports, but I always get rejected, ignored because I'm not attractive. Well, the thing is, you kind of have to fall into your archetype a little bit. You know what I mean? So if you're like really big and muscular, you should be like walking around like I hate to say this, but like way more like intimidating and scary. Because here's the thing. As a dude, you don't have to be that good looking to get hot girls. You really don't. You just have to give them that feeling of just like raw attraction, okay? And if you're big and strong, that's your advantage. That's your archetype. So your archetype is being someone that's like big and strong and like really, so if you start like having a weak mindset, then your mindset doesn't match your like, your like this guy's so big and strong, but the second I, tease him, he like freaks out or something like that. That's what I'm saying. So if you can match your mindset with how big and strong you are and really become like a serious, strong person, then it doesn't really matter how attractive you are. Girls are way more like it's way more about like how much you like make them feel your presence rather than like your actual like looks. Like yes, obviously some girls care more about looks than others, but to really get that true desire and obsession, a big part of it is definitely just having that raw attraction, and being physically intimidating and muscular is a big part of it. So keep that in mind. Okay, are you keeping this hello, how are you, what's going on, what up? Well, the hell did this topic come from? Like Jake's, right? But damn, yeah, my bad, brother. I was prank calling fast food chains. One of them called back and started. Yeah, okay. All right. Did you call me? Okay. You take creatine? Yes. Mostly, I take creatine. Because, but I most of my creatine's from my 2 pounds of red meat that I eat a day, so it comes down to 5 grams. So I don't take like powder form, but most people should because they don't eat nearly as much red meat as me. And you guys should be getting at least 5 to 10 grams of creatine in a day. What do you mean raw attraction? So what I mean by raw attraction, I mean the attraction that is way more primal and not as much like, oh, I like him, he's cute. Like I don't know. I feel completely. I feel like drawn to this person, like an obsession, like a genuine primal desire. Not just, oh, I like him, like, he's cute, he's nice, he's this, like, no, 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 like, who is this guy? Like, what is going on? Like, I need to, like, I feel so, like that's what raw attraction is. Like, they just, you stimulate a feeling that's just, like, they don't even know what to do. And a big part of that is being physically intimidating, and not only physically, but mentally. Okay, if your mental strength can match your physical strength, brother, absolutely golden. Absolutely golden. So keep that in mind and understand that, stuff happens, and you're trying to become the best version of yourself. And, bro, the fact that you're already muscular, like, you got that advantage. You're already big. You got that advantage. And also, bro, you have to understand, like, there is a certain level of attraction that really goes high when you're, like, big and strong and physically intimidating. Because at the end of the day, when you're talking to a girl, guys are going to look at you and be like, well, that's done. Like, he's talking to her. That's basically it. If you look really big and physically intimidating. So there is a big part of it that causes attraction that has nothing to do with how you look and way more with your physical presence. I'm physically intimidating to my friends, but I just mess around with them so they think I'm chill, but I don't know what to do about girls. That's what I'm saying. You still have to give off, like, that, like, if you're really big and strong, you shouldn't be talking that much. I'm gonna keep it real. You guys have to understand, you guys probably think I yap a lot. If I'm, like, with a girl, I'm trying to, like, have her more attracted to me, she's doing literally 80 to 90% of the talking. I'm just sitting there like, like, they need to be doing most of the talking. But that's what I'm saying is if you're already big and strong, that's your words. That says so much than what you're already saying. So if you're like the quiet, scary guy, that's attractive. That's attractive then. Being like the quiet, like who's that guy? He doesn't say much, but he's really big and strong and scary and kind of hot. That's how it works. That's how they look at it. Like why does he like not looking for attention? Why is he not looking around? Why is he so sure of himself? That's what they're saying. So keep that in mind. Sorry, we were talking way too much about this. All right, let's go back to why you lying to yourself, or are you lying to yourself? So 56% saying yes, they are lying to themselves. So let's talk about why lying to yourself actually causes more pain than pleasure. Because when you lie to yourself, what happens is you're avoiding a painful conversation that if you get through that one painful conversation, you can start to grow right then and there. But if you don't get through that painful conversation, then your life will just lead to more and more pain overall. So it is what it is. You have to be able to hit the pain right then and there so your life isn't filled with pain. Because the truth is, you're only lying to yourself to avoid pain, but the truth is, avoiding pain is just going through that pain right then and there. Girls never start a conversation with me, let alone 80% of the conversation. That's what I'm saying, brother. Girls are very much not going to start the conversation with you. You have to put yourself in a much better position to be able to meet them naturally, because it is hard. But at the end of the day, brother, that's the grind. That's the journey. But once you earn it, it's going to feel so much better. But stick in the gym, stick to getting muscular, and stick to, like, being that quiet, physically intimidating guy, and, like, focusing on your aura. And your words should be, like, very potent. Like, you shouldn't say much, but when you do say things, it's like, wow, like, that hit. Like, in your tone, like, if you're big and strong, your tone should be, like, not my tone at all. It should be like, oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, I don't know. Like, slow, like they're waiting for you to say the next thing. Don't just talk so fast. Like, the way I talk fast, you guys don't do that with girls that you want to attract, okay? You want to talk slow. You want to have your vocal tone be there. You want them to, like, almost fall for your voice and wait for what you're going to say. Like, what is he going to say next? You know what I mean? That's very, very important. Like, you could say the same thing, and the tone could be completely different, and the girl will feel completely different things. So keep that in mind. I don't like how girls want a tall man when us guys can't control our height. Yeah, well, the truth is, no matter what height you are, it's the same game. Become as strong as possible, become as rich as possible, become well connected, and become the best version of yourself. Just because you're tall or short makes no difference on you becoming the best version of yourself. There's a lot of tall guys that don't get girls because they don't know what they're doing. They have zero, hard work. And trust me, I meet them. I know all about them. You know what I mean? They don't have any actual confidence and they don't get girls. So just because you're tall doesn't mean you just automatically get girls. It's just literally, an open window for you. But the truth is, the girls that are only dating you based off height or judging you, you don't want to date those girls anyway. So technically, you're already filtering them out. So it's almost a blessing. What is lying to yourself? I don't know that because I'm still young. So lying to yourself is pretty much not telling yourself the truth. So as you get older, you develop kind of an internal dialogue, and you're having conversations with yourself. And sometimes in these conversations, you could be lying. You could be like, no, like this is not my fault. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could eat some healthy food. Like or unhealthy food. Like, that's not gonna hurt me. But the truth is, if you're actually honest with yourself, you're like, no, eating unhealthy food is gonna hurt me. Being weak is not good, and I need to get stronger, and I haven't been doing the right thing. That's being honest with yourself. So lying to yourself is basically like, no, I'm okay, giving yourself excuses pretty much, and then, avoiding the hard conversation, whatever that is, addictions, not growing, whatever it is. I feel like they're just scared of me or just don't like me. They're definitely scared of you, okay? 1,000%. Like, definitely scared of you, but even if they're scared or don't like you, that doesn't matter, because them being a little, like, afraid isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as you know how to utilize it the correct way. Because sometimes fear can be, like, attractive, but you need to be able to stay in that frame of, like, unpredictability and mystery, and, like, they don't know what's really, going on. Like, but they want to know, but you're just slowly giving them more, like, little crumbs to kind of take. But never give them everything, you know what I mean? Slow, fall into my words and my tone, you know what I mean? That's how it kind of has to go. Please don't move Jake or tell me, Grace, you're such a pick me. I'm just wondering. Bro, I'm short. Like, I don't know how, they want people. Like, I can't control my height. Like, they want me to take drugs to become tall, but I'm not, ugly at all, to be honest. Yeah, brother. Just like I said, don't worry about the actual number, the height. Like I said, if you really if you still think you can grow, and your growth plates are still open, I mean, you could try sprints, you could try testosterone optimization, raw milk, stretching, optimizing your growth hormone as much as possible to possibly get taller. But at the end of the day, brother, the game's the same. Get strong, rich, well-connected, and confident. And at the end of the day, they're filtering out. And if you're still growing, brother, you are chilling, bro. Don't worry about any of that stuff, to be honest, all right? Ignored it. We just got called you, or ignored it if we called it that. My predicted height is 6 foot, bro. You're chilling. I'm tall, I don't get girls. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, being tall isn't, like, automatically get girls. Like, that's not how it works. I know, like, the internet may have convinced you, but the truth is, girls, they might see a tall guy and be attracted initially, and then they talk to them for about 2 seconds, and then they're like, this guy has no depth to him. Like, this guy, I basically feel like they're having a conversation with a wall. Because the truth is, some tall guys never really had to, like, approach women because they already got approached, so they never actually learned game. So every time a girl walks up to them, they're just like, I don't know. Like, they just don't know what to say. But if you already have that time where you practice talking to girls when you weren't as attractive, and then you become more attractive, boom, you have the trifecta of having depth and riz, and then you're also attractive. You know what I mean? Because you've worked on yourself, you've become the best version of yourself, you figured out, how to look smacks, all these different strategies. You figured out your weak points, what you need to. For me personally, I was super skinny. I just needed to get as big as possible. I was pale. I needed to get tan. You know what I mean? My jaw was weak. I needed to get a stronger jaw, like, my skin was acne. I had to get a clearer skin. My hair was flat and, made my head look not intimidating. So I had to, get fluffier and wavier hair and more primal look so it looks better and, just better. Everything's just better, But if you look at my old self, I didn't always look like that. So at that time when I didn't look like that, I needed to practice how to talk to girls because I didn't have the advantage. Now I have the advantage with the looks and the ability to, the depth to talk to them and stuff. So it's double effect. So if you start off attractive, you never actually learn game. So it's almost a blessing as long as you can use it. If you find the right girl, It won't matter if you're big, small, tall, or short. They only care about humor. True. Yes. Yeah, also true. Like if you're funny, like that is a massive plus. Like use that to your advantage. If you've been told you're funny by girls, you should constantly try to be funny. If you're not funny, then don't use it to your advantage. Don't try to be Mr. Funny. Try if you're just more intimidating football guy, then just be Mr. Intimidating football guy. You need to fall into your archetype though. Be who you know you are. You know what I mean? Don't be what you think you're supposed to be because other people are telling you. Like if you're the introverted football guy that's kind of scary, then you don't need to talk that much. But if you're the guy that's more social, charismatic, and you're more rely on your humor, then yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you need to find your environment and find your archetype where you work best. That's what I'm saying. So that's why in like training or at the gym is the best place for athletes to talk to girls because you're in your zone, you're in your spot. Like this is where you thrive. This is where you train. This is where people see you. You're just like you're almost like a king in there. Instead of going to like some like music show and you know nothing, you don't know what you're doing. It's like, no, the guy with the guitar, whatever, he's gonna attract more women because he's the good archetype. He's that archetype. So you have to follow your archetype. Okay, whatever you think you are, that's what you have to do. I'm actually hot and not strong, but I'm on the side that is faster than strong. Like I still work my strength, but my speed is my priority. uh yeah, so just keep getting stronger then, brother. They care about your personality, not being a red flag for them, and respect them. Don't stick to other girls. Don't even talk to them if you already have a girl. So here's the thing, guys. If you already are in a loyal, locked in relationship with a girlfriend, then never talk to any other women because you have decided to put yourself in a loyal, locked in relationship. I don't know why you would do that, but that's what you choose to do. Never talk to any other women because guess what? You will be called a cheater, and that's weak and gross. You don't want to be a cheater. However, you can talk to as many women as you want, have relationships, go on dates, and never make it an official boyfriend and girlfriend. And there is nothing wrong with talking to multiple women, and they will find you more attractive for it. 1,000,000,000%. So you have to keep that in mind. No humor must be lacking then. Uh, bro, you're kind of behind. I know, I'm sorry. I'm so behind, guys. My bad. Red flag, lol. Some of these girls are red flags. Yes, you have to be careful. Make sure that, you're being, like, cautious with everything. Can't even read everything. Last lap. Back. People think I'm considered short when they're below 5'8". People, I think, are considered short when they're below 5'8". I think I'm funny and good. A good guy. Girls tell me that all the time. Like, I don't pull any, to be honest, but I don't really care. My focus is to be happy in life and successful. Hell yeah, brother. Like, seriously, don't worry about it that much. Your goals are good, happy, healthy life, successful. That's all that really matters. And to be honest, like, yeah, but if it ever does bother you that, they tell you that they think you're funny or a good guy, but you don't, and you do want to actually start pulling them, then, maybe start, not necessarily stop being a good guy, but just, be a little bit more mystery, a little bit less words. Like, especially if you're already friends with the girls, it's a lot easier. But if you're not, then you have to be more confident and social because you need to get in the situation of talking with them. But if you're already in a friend group with girls, start, being quiet. You're already in the friend group. You already can chill. You know what I mean? So that's where it gets a little tricky, and you gotta have to play your cards and depending on the situation. I'm just clueless, and I just don't want to talk to girls because I either come off as unattractive or I just end up sad because they date one of my friends, and I just start over and become clueless again. That's what I'm saying, brother. Just literally don't be like, oh, uh like worried, like going in with the thing where it's like they're unattractive. Like you just do your own thing. Just focus on your goals, become the best version of yourself, and don't try to like let the sadness go and seep into you because sometimes they pick up on that. So you have to be able to be like, okay, no, like I'm that guy. I lift weights. Like yeah, you kind of have to just like almost use like your ego to your advantage. Like if you're like the strongest dude in your male friend group, like that should be like confidence. That should be the confidence rating off of you when you're in that group of people. Like all the girls should know like he's definitely the strongest. Like his confidence just clearly shows it. Like look at him, just he doesn't even need to say anything. You just know. Like if you can radiate that, yeah. I got no game, bro. I got negative riz. Well, brother, that's why we're here to help y'all, even though this is about not lying to yourself. But this could go in hand with that. We're going to connect it back. We're all going to connect it and make it full circle, just like your guys' little math classes. Your head got that carrot build. Hell yeah. Bro, pull any you in pull any U in UK. I usually never get girls because getting girls usually slow me down on my goals. Yes, girls will slow you down on your goals, especially if you're not careful, and especially if you're thinking about them way too much. You have to be careful with what you're doing with that entire situation because they can definitely distract you from a lot of your goals, and you just have to be careful because yes, they're distractions, okay? They can distract you from your goals. They make you weak. They make you fall into lust and, relationship mental like vibes, and you're not on your goals. You're not like bothered. You're not like there's a certain level of good that happens from not getting girls and being bothered about it that motivates you so much to become the best version of yourself, that byproduct is that you end up getting more girls uh because you've improved yourself so much that it actually worked well. So you're still the same. You still get more girls, and they're actually better quality. You just took a little long route of working harder, but it's a blessing in disguise. You just gotta use the anger to your advantage. I have no confidence because every time I think a girl might like me or is trying to flirt with me, I'm dead wrong. That's what I'm saying, brother. You can't really think too much about like whether or not like they're flirting with you or not. You just have to assume they are, and don't be like, and if you're wrong, don't be like, oh my god, I can't believe I was wrong. Just be like, wow, they really messed up, or like I guess they just, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. You know what I mean? Maybe they're just too intimidated. Like you kind of just have to say that route. Like they're just too afraid. They're just too intimidated. It is what it is. But if you go in the mindset like, oh, like like no confidence, like trying to think about it, like if they like you or not, that's already gonna mess up and make you overthink in the conversation. So you have to kind of just go in the conversation not really caring and just being like, whatever happens, happens. If you like me, like me. If you don't, you don't. I like myself. I'm intimidating, and that might be it, but it is what it is. I don't understand why height is such an important factor to people. So I avoid women and build on the inside. Hell yeah. What up, Shay? I usually get along with them and I like me, but after a month or two, I swipe up and I like them. They say no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't wait too long, and also like you shouldn't text like I like you or want to hang out or like I've been thinking. Like, that's too much pressure and too much, like, you've been waiting and you're nervous. Like, you need to naturally just start talking about the idea of it in person. Like, and if you do end up texting, if you really feel the need, like, I gotta text this girl, don't text her, hey, text her some random stuff that you guys are already talking about, or just send her a video talking, like, just go random, okay? Don't go logical. Don't go routine. Go random, okay? Because then, there's like, what's going on? It's not boring, okay? Girls would rather jump off a cliff than be bored in a relationship or bored to the guy they're talking to. They'd rather jump off a cliff. Just live life and focus and be happy. Like you don't always have to be in your get strong, go crazy focus stage. Like be happy and successful and stay healthy. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be too caught up in your goals. Like too crazy if if you've already kind of achieved what you needed to achieve. But at the end of the day, if you really like getting strong and going crazy, and that's what makes you strong, happy, and healthy, then do it. You know what I mean? So, yes, I would say be careful with how, like, mentally focused you are on things and make sure to take a break and, mentally put your hard work into something else. But at the end of the day, if you find that making you happiest is getting really strong, trying to high intensity and going crazy in whatever you do, then keep doing it. That's what makes you happy and healthy, then do it. How long have you done this for? This stream has been about an hour. Got the frozen mangoes, grass-fed patties, and steak. Hell yeah, I love that. Trey, don't be friend girls. They ain't into these kind of guys. Like I said, it's like you can be friends with them, but don't if friend zone them before they friend zone you. Okay, like you need to put them in that dynamic of like, oh, like like we're good friends, but not like in a way of like they can tell you're trying to clearly just get closer to them, like in a way of like you actually like admire their friendship rather than like, and even if they try to flirt with you a little bit, you pull back. Okay, that'll really make them obsessed, especially if they're hot, because they're like, whoa, no guy's ever done this before. Like I low-key like need to know what this guy's on, because why is he doing this? For fat people, like it ain't always a matter if you're fat, like, yes, but if it's just you're fat, then just stay healthy. Yeah. Gyms are messy now. Girls try to get hit on, but they film and they say, look at this. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is about that, and it sucks to say, but it really, most of the time, it depends on, uh, like what gym you're going to, because a lot of gyms that it's just the internet really throws people off, but a lot of gyms that doesn't really happen. Most people are just chill. Thanks for a reminder of the day. Oh, we're okay. Oh, hell yeah. Hi, remember, what up, what up? No worries. A lot to read, I know. Liam, I don't befriend them. I just get along with them to talk to like 2, 3 weeks. That's all I'm saying. You don't necessarily need to try to get along with a girl. Like, you shouldn't try to be like, oh, like that's cool, like that's good, like trying to keep the conversation like you might do with like, a random person that you're just trying to make small talk with. You have to like throw objections. You have to like if you disagree with a girl, please disagree with her. Don't hide that you disagree with her. Okay? If you actually disagree with her about something, now obviously don't disagree with her and look insecure about something. Okay? Like, don't disagree with her about going out or like don't disagree with, but if it's something about like health or like even fun stuff, like this basketball player looks like this, or stupid stuff, random stuff, if you have the opportunity to disagree with her, do it. Like, it's an opportunity to cause tension and emotion and something that's not boring. Okay? I'm not saying you have to argue, but disagree. And do it confidently. Don't do it like, like, I'm sorry, but like, I kind of disagree with you. Be like, I completely disagree. Straight face. And then they're like, whoa, like, you don't care how I react to you. You don't care if, like, we agree or not. And they're going to actually respect that. Lost and found secret room, loser. What can I do if my dog come to me and I'm barking at me? I'm so scared of dogs. He just wants to play. I'm Jim Bro. I just finished like 450 push-ups. Love that. My shoulders are cooked. I did half of one arm. Dude, I love that, brother. Good stuff. Yeah, shoulders are definitely going to be cooked after that, though. I am so behind on this chat. I'm sorry. I'm definitely the strongest in my friend group. Love that. What up, what up? You should listen to Avenge Seven Back Country. I don't know what that is, but send me a link to it. All right, peace out. Bro, you have any tips for freshman year? I'm starting June. Freshman year of college or high school? I would say overall, no matter what it is, it's a clean slate to become the best version of yourself. So lift weights, become healthy, talk to as many people as possible, sports, clubs, all this different stuff, okay? Remember, everyone's new. No one knows what's going on, okay? So just try to be open-minded, talk to as many people as possible, okay? Because you don't have to be friends with everyone, but knowing a lot of people is good, okay? Because you could meet some people and then meet their friends and then be like, oh, well, I never would have met these friends if I never met these people. So sometimes you can make friends with people that you may not have a lot in common with, just to meet their friends and then be like, oh, wait, I have way more in common. Like, so, you keep meeting people. So that's the thing, is if you're entering anything new, try to meet as many people as possible, so you're setting up all opportunities to naturally meet people as much as possible. I only do it IRL, non-text. I feel like a girl would rather jump off a cliff than date me, especially the girl I like. So that I disagree with that, but that mindset will definitely hurt you. And it's like, especially the girl you like, the reason that you think that is because when you like her, you put way too much pressure on the situation. You might text her, you might overthink things, and it doesn't come naturally. It doesn't feel natural to her, and it never works out. So every time you actually like a girl, it doesn't feel natural and it never works out. But if you could just make it natural, it's gonna be way easier. You know what I mean? Damn, hi, remember me. This guy is their fucking kind of giving advice for this. This guy is the fucking kind of giving advice. We're talking to females. Yo, I getting a headache and about to have a breakdown because this shit is getting too complicated. Harder than AP math regions. Yeah, bro, this shit definitely gets complicated. But you've been watching the Casey Xander videos, I hope. And I also tell any man that's struggling with women, watch a guy named Casey Xander, CASEYZANDR, and he'll basically break down all the issues, all the things that you're doing wrong, and how to fix them and how to do them right. He's been studying women for the past 10 years. He literally has a PhD in it, pretty much. Like, it's the only guy I would say to go to if you really want to learn. He knows way more than me. He studied it way longer than me. Most of my information is a big part of it is what he thinks, with a little bit of my like primal ideas in it, but a lot of my ideas are based off of what he says. What girls think when you don't eat fast food or ice cream they sell at places, hell, even coffee, a date or something? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're right. I don't eat at fast food places. I don't eat at ice cream places. And here's the thing. Some girls actually respect the uniqueness if you've actually figured it out. And also the thing is, another thing, this is a little trick. I mean, I make like food for them. Like sometimes I make food for them. Like I make steak or fruit or whatever. And like I don't need to go to fast food. I don't need to go on dates. Like we just go to my place, and make food. You know what I mean? It's chill, it's simple, it feels like a connection. They already feel like, they're a part of, they're already in my frame, you know what I mean? And we share a primal, meal together. It's like nature, primal sense of like sharing a meal and like being connected with someone. It's biological. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know if I answered that question the right way. My bad. High school, I don't know how to get a girlfriend. That's why I'm lost and I can't get any worse. That's what I'm saying, bro. Don't focus on getting a girlfriend. Focus on talking to as many girls as possible and attracting as many of them as possible, okay? The girlfriend will come from that. But if you're focused on just getting one girl, then you're going to only focus on one girl. You're going to hyperfixate it, overthink it, and not let yourself talk to other girls and practice talking to other girls, which is the best way to get good at talking to girls is practice, practice, practice. I can give you guys all the advice in the world about girls. If you guys don't practice, then you guys aren't going to know what you're doing. Same way I could give you all this advice about basketball. If I throw in your court for a game, you are not going to know what you're doing if you never touch a basketball. So simple as that. You got to actually practice in person. My shoulders are freaking cooked and they hurt so mad. And bro, like the girl at the gym they were talking about the other day is staring at me. Hell yeah, brother. Well, if she's staring at you, that means you got to make a move quickly, because if she keeps staring at you, don't say anything, then the longer it goes, the more, like, there's not anticipation being built. She's gonna be like, I guess he's too nervous to talk to me, or he doesn't like me. But either one, then once they find out that you're too nervous to talk to you, they're gonna lose attraction very easily. So you have to either just show that you're not nervous, or show that you, like, you're so focused on your goals that you don't care. Either one. But if you show that you kind of want to talk to her, but you're too nervous, then they're like, oh, what do you mean? You don't just go for what you want? Like, that's unattractive. No offense, my guy, but why are you shirtless on your streams? Always, in Arizona or South Florida. I'm always living in one of those two places, and it's very, very hot. It's like summer. It's like May. So it's very, very hot here. It's probably 95 degrees. So, I don't really wear a shirt. Also, you guys can see in all my videos on YouTube, I don't really wear shirts because I believe that we're primal, we're humans, we're in nature, we're getting sun. We're not really supposed to be wearing clothes like too much, like bad, toxic chemicals like on your shirts. I'm in the red light too, so I'm always getting that. I'm always getting like a small kind of like tan, and just like, it's just way better for your body. I think fireworks are going off. I still have 4 sets of squats, pull-ups, and 8 planks. Love it. Absolutely love it. 6 sets of pull-ups to be exact. Love that. Felt natural, but I sold the bag. The girl was a cheerleader, and I'm a football player, and I think I sold because I think she likes my friend who also plays football. Like, bruh, oh my God. It's the World War III, but it's hard. That's what it feels like to find a girlfriend. Yeah, brother, you are playing, like, when you try to find a girlfriend, you're playing a game that's hard to win, because you're first off trying to get one girl, and if you're only trying to get one girl, then everything's going to mess up because you're always overthinking because you only have one opportunity. But if you have a bunch of different girls that you're talking to, then everything's natural and everything's a flow state, and then they can kind of, show them how they're interested in you, and then you can go from there. I wish, bro, my friend used to talk about how they used to hang out all the time and go each other's houses all the time. Shit sucks. Yeah, brother, but again, you can't be too worried about that specific situation because that's cooked. That's over. Like, I pray to God you never want to, like, talk with that girl ever again. And now you're on to, honestly, I don't know why you're not talking to her friends. Like, if she's good looking, she's on the cheer team, talk to her cheer friends. So then her cheer friends can talk to her cheer friends and be like, hey, then they're like, wait a second, you're talking to him? Like, what? Like, I don't know, he's kind of hot. I don't know, I never really knew him. But if you're talking to him, then I don't know, maybe you have something good to him. That's called pre-selection, okay? You need to have girls talking about you if you really want a bunch of them to be attracted to you. You need to have them talking to their friends about their friends, okay? It's pre-selection, it's pre-approval. You don't even need to do any work. The work's already done if you can just get one girl to talk about you to their girlfriends. My shoulders are going to be cooked for the next month, but I don't skip my days at the gym. I'm not like that. Hell yeah, brother. Shoulders definitely going to be cooked for the next couple of days, but, do mobility stretches, recover the right way, eat your high protein, eat your meals, and you should be locked and loaded and ready to go even harder. If you're a Muslim, what are you going to do? What do you going to do? I don't know what that means. Ooh, we're getting more subs. Love it. We're at 1,791. Keep it up, guys. So we had about 52 votes saying they are aligned themselves. I'd rather get my shoulders cooked and good workout every day than skip my damn gym J's. Is my life after cheerleader. Yeah, definitely make sure that, the main message is focus on your goals. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Okay? Last days of your life to find a girlfriend. Like I said, this mindset will really hurt you. Finding a girlfriend, that mindset, that frame is going to hurt you because it looks like you're on the hunt and you look desperate. And girls are really unattracted to any guy that are desperate or urgent. You know what I mean? You have to be in a natural flow state of constantly, naturally talking to them and meeting them. And you have to set up that life and craft that life for yourself so it feels natural. Okay? It's not going to be natural in the beginning, and that's okay. You just need to craft a life where it feels way more natural. I'm over her after we talked. Hell yeah. Should we use dating apps? Yes! Of course. I could make an entire full breakdown on why you should use dating apps. Okay, I'm gonna give a quick breakdown. Here's why you should use dating apps. Women are lazy now. Okay, they don't want to go out. They don't want to go talk to guys. It's nowadays. It's very easy to just look up a guy, swipe, 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 find the hottest guy that they like or their most their favorite archetype, pick them and whatever. You know what I mean? Very very easy, very very simple. Okay, so if you can make your dating profile very very good using the best pictures, the best quality, then you could get so many matches. And again, you could really get some good pictures. You can get so many matches. And then from there, from those good pictures and from all that, then you can slowly pick and choose which ones you are the best, which ones you want, and go from there. There's a lot of people that just are, you know, there's a lot of women out there that don't go out. They sit in their house all day and they swipe on the dating apps and they're ready for some guy that their perfect guy that they see on the dating app. So if they're swiping on you, that means they like you. Okay, girls have millions of guys they're swiping on. So if they swiped on you, they like you enough to show your opportunity to give your shot. You know what I mean? They find you somewhat attractive. They find some value there if they swiped right on you. But okay, yes, I have a girlfriend. This is freaking out. Freak with her boyfriend. I'm insecure and sometimes I lie to myself. I'm pretty, if that counts. See, here's the thing. You can't really be too concerned about the whole looks aspect of lying to yourself because attraction is so subjective and objective that you could like there's a chance you might not even be your own type. Like you might just not be your own cup of tea. Like there's a chance there's some people that are really good looking and they don't find themselves good looking and then they like realize like well and then they see someone that looks like them and they're like and it's like wait a second, you just aren't your own type because there's a lot of people that do find you really good looking and I'm sure they've told you and you're just like what, I didn't know that. That's because you're not your own type. They see it. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind that like it's really hard to even say you're lying to yourself or something about like attraction because it's so subjective and there's so many different opinions about it. I'm just gonna see how tomorrow goes. If I talk to her, not because I'm not trying to talk to her already. That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta do it. You just gotta do it and carry on with life and talk to more girls if you can. All right, peace out, brother. That girl is staring at me, bro. I want to talk to her, but I'm scared, brother. You have to do it, dude. Like, and if you keep waiting, it's only going to get worse. You're only going to overthink more. It's not going to feel natural. So just literally, and you know what you can do? Here's pro strat. If you really want to talk to a girl at the gym and you don't want to look creepy, you don't want to look like you're hitting on her, here's what you do. And this helps a lot if you already have a good physique and you're already in the gym a lot. Literally, just walk up to them, whatever their workout they're doing, and be like ask them a question like, oh, like what muscle group do you hit on that workout? Like, or do you hit like, you know what I mean? Like ask them a question almost like you're asking for advice, okay? And they'll look and then after that, okay? You walk away. You don't say, oh, like, I kind of like you, like, I've been looking at you, like, none of that. You just ask for them advice, they give you advice, and you walk away, okay? And you start seeing them in the gym more and more, and then you start talking more and more, and it's more of a natural way of conversating, instead of you just waiting the entire time, waiting 3 months where you guys stare back and forth at each other, and all of a sudden walking up to her and be like, I really like you, and I want to take you on a date. Like, no, none of that. Like, naturally, like, this is all supposed to be natural. It's all supposed to feel natural. And you're already in the gym, so you're already in your natural state. So all you have to do is be natural, be a normal human being, and just walk up to her and literally simply ask a simple question. What muscle group are you hitting on that? Like, what benefits does that workout do? Like, how do you do that? Like, literally just as simple as that. And they'll be like, oh, okay. I'm actually ugly. Other people see yourself in a different way than you, right? Of course. Here's the thing. You guys have to understand, like, oh my God, like, I wonder how people see me. Like, you guys are acting like there's this one person that sees you, and every person sees you the same way. You have to understand that there is one person that sees you one way, and there is one person that sees you a completely different way. So the odds of, or the idea of, like, caring about what they think really isn't logical, because you're just like, there's one person that really thinks I'm the smartest person ever. There's one person that thinks I'm stupid. Like, if I were to really take every person's critique of me, then I would have 10 trillion different opinions about myself. Like, that one person in the chat the other time, they literally said, like, oh my God, like, your advice is so bad. Like, this is why people, like, are, like, don't, like, aren't happy or whatever. Like, she completely disagreed with me. Yes, she claimed to have 9 mental disorders or whatever, but still, I wasn't her type. I didn't, match her, what she thought. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's never gonna be like that. There's never gonna be, like, people will always see you different than how, like, differently other people. And then there's people that are like, you give me the best advice ever and I love you for it. So it's like, okay, well, I guess there's not a set opinion about me. There's different opinions about me from different archetypes. Because she's also there every day, and she's pretty strong. Yeah, brother, if she's there every day, just make it natural, because you're going to see her a lot, so you don't have to, like, be like, okay, like, you don't have to be like, okay, like, this is something I have to do right now, or I'm never going to get this opportunity again. You could easily talk to her naturally and then be like, I'll see you again, you know? Like, literally just walk up to her, ask her what she's doing, what set, blah, 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 or like, what muscles she's hitting, or just any question about the workout. Be like, okay, and actually act interested about it. Let her tell you, and then that's it. Go from there, and then walk away. Walking away is the most important thing. Being like, okay, thank you, and then walking away. Not asking her anything else. Not being like, what are you doing here? Not being like, oh, we see you around here. None of that. Just walking away. And she'll be like, whoa, what was that? Like, who's that? He's kind of hot. Like, I don't know. He kind of just came up here, and I don't know about it. It was kind of sketchy, and then he just walked away out of nowhere. Like, asked me a question, didn't want anything from me. You know what I mean? If they're really good looking too, they're used to guys hitting on them at the gym and asking for information. So if you just ask a question for advice and then you just walk away, no, like, hitting on, they're like, whoa, like, did he like me? Did he not? And they question it, because it's the first time that some guy did that. Jacked, but she can lift like force 56. Jesus, I'm gonna crash out. My acne ruins in my teeth. She's doing push-ups, bro. She at like 349. She's been, God, Jesus, bro, who is this? You're like, this sounds like a beast. Thinking about it, I'm too scared, bro. I like to give her number yesterday, and we've been talking a bit because she asked, but holy, bro, I'm terrified. Brother, do you have a girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. I'm single, but I could still help y'all with getting a girlfriend or just getting girls in general. But, bro, she's doing all those push-ups, man. That's, like, kind of crazy. Like, I don't know any girl that I can think of that can, like, I know, like, this person can crank out, like, over 15 push-ups in a row. I really don't. Even the girls that I thought, like, no, they're athletic. I see them do a push-up, I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is interesting. Like, y'all need some work. And when y'all call it girl push-ups, that's the dumbest thing ever. They're just modified push-ups. The truth is, there's some dudes that can't do a full push-up. So you're just going to say they're girl push-ups? That's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. They're modified push-ups. Just dumb. It's so dumb. Like, making girls feel like they're weaker. That's what it does. It's so stupid. Like, I don't know. What up, what up? I can pull over 400 with 2 breaks. Hell yeah, brother. That's fire. I love that. Love that, man. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. Oh, I'm on mute. My bad. My bad, brother. My bad. How long was I on mute? My bad. So like people I know fall for the blue eyes, six pack, and blonde hair. Well, brother, then get a six pack, man. But also, girls aren't like that really. They're not really specific with like, oh, he needs to be this height, he needs to be this look, he needs to be this weight, he needs to be, you know what I mean? Like they're not very like numbers based. They're way more emotion and feeling and presence. Like whatever presence, emotion, and however you make them feel, that's the most important. The most important thing of if a girl likes you is how you make them feel. Okay. That's the most important thing. How are you making them feel? Okay? And it could be good, it could be bad, but if it's nothing, if you make them feel nothing, that is non-attractive. But don't get too caught up in like the six pack, blue eyes, blonde hair, none of that stuff, because there's tons of people that have brown hair, brown eyes, and, you know, like are more of a bulky look, and girls still find it extremely attractive. But you just need to fall into your archetype. But also understand that they care way more about presence and aura than the actual physical looks and numbers and looks, and just like they don't do it the same way as guys do it. So you have to go through the female lens rather than the male lens to really figure that out. What's good? What's good? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? My bad. My bad. My bad. Sorry. I have one. They don't care about that. But they fucking fall for the same shit I have. That's just the girls in my area for some reason. Brother, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's not just the girls in your area. It's the girls everywhere. They're all going to be like this. They're all going to, you know what I mean? Like, where you go, they're not going to change too much unless you go out of country, okay? Like, if you go to another country, that could make a difference. But overall, they're still going to go off their emotions. They're still most loyal to their emotions. They still only care mostly about how you make them feel. And like, those things don't change. You know what I mean? No matter where you are. As a true boy, gotta make me feel good. Oh, what up, AMC? Drop your questions, bro. This girl didn't know what take a break means. Like looks is big, but emotions is true. Yes, like looks gets a girl interested, but emotions is what keeps them like interested. You know what I mean? Like you having control over what they feel. Do you miss your best moment at the past? Maybe a little bit, but there's a part of me that genuinely feels like I'm in my prime right now, and I feel like this time I'm actually going to miss way more than my past. Like, I think the time I'm in right now is a time I'm going to miss way more, because I genuinely feel like I'm in a great time, like I'm in my prime, like healthiest ever been, strongest I've ever been, most like financially successful, all of it. She went from push-ups to doing pull-ups. I haven't even started yet, bro. That's insane. Brother, well, like I said, you can't keep staring and looking back at her. That makes nothing better, okay? That's all I'm saying. You can't keep just doing this staring game, okay? Because you have to understand, they are probably nervous, and they do probably want you to make the move, but they also want you to make the move naturally. And I know you're probably like, why is it gotta be so complicated? It's like, bro, the more natural it comes, the less complicated it's going to come. But everyone's been making things so complicated that it doesn't feel natural. They overthink shit, okay? They pick on one girl. They fixate on one girl. That's a big issue a lot of you guys have, is you fixate on one girl. She's impressing me. It's embarrassing. I can't do anything like that. Damn. Brother. I don't even know what to say to that. You should. That's insane, bro. Question for a handsome man. What are you afraid of? Thank you. So, I am afraid of fear itself. I'm afraid of the version of myself that didn't work hard. I'm afraid of the version of myself that didn't try his best. I'm afraid of the version of myself that quit. I'm afraid of the version of myself 10 years down the road that isn't getting any of the good human experiences that I want because I decided to not work hard, be lazy, and not pursue my goals. I'm afraid of that version of me. So I'm constantly motivating myself by just picturing myself and what I would be like if I don't complete my goals. Skinny, unmotivated, lonely, and sad. You know what I mean? And when I vision that version of me, I'm like, okay, I never want to feel that way. So that fears me, right? And which pushes me to go harder. So that's something I'm extremely afraid of. And it's my fuel. It's my fire. But if I'm 15, so that's so hard for me if I'm not used to it. Yeah, dude. It's you're definitely young. Just keep learning, keep growing, and keep staying on your grind. Your laugh is just peaceful. Oh, thank you. What's the best part about your physique, Jake? I don't know. It's so subjective. That's another subjective question. Some people could look at my physique and be like, I really think his chest is the best. Some guy could be like, I completely disagree with you. I think his back looks the best. Some guy could be like, I think you guys are both wrong. I think his arms look the best. Some guy could be like, I think you're both wrong. I think he looks like shit. Yeah, I mean, you could have so many different opinions about so many different people. So at the end of the day, I would say me personally, I think my best part of my physique is my chest. But I'm not going to say that every person that looks at my physique thinks that way. I can't say that. So, yeah, but definitely make sure you're always trying to emphasize the things that are good about your physique and also helping out the weak points too. So if you have a weak point in your physique, you're always trying to, fix that and help and get better so your physique looks more, what you want it to. Try speaking English. No, I can't. Does your chest have milk? Jesus. Bro, I know nothing about Indonesian language. All I know about Indonesia is there was a massive tsunami that no one talks about that wiped out like 250,000 people. But no one talks about it. I remember the first time learning about that and being like, what? That happened? No one talks about that. They just don't care. 250,000 people. It's crazy. Sorry, not to be rude. I'm back. What up, Ultraness? I saw your comment. I replied to it. Yeah, you commented when's the next live. Yeah. And then I said now. Hop in now, brother. We are in it right this very second. You feel wait, let me look real quick. Yeah, we are 8 subscribers away from our milestone goal, which is fire for sure. Love it. Can't get enough of it, to be honest. I'm back. I can't talk to her, bro. I'm scared she's not even paying attention. She's busy. Brother, it's you do it or you sit there mad at yourself that you didn't do it. Just do it. And don't make it such a big deal. Don't be like, hey, I've been looking at you and hey, like what, like, just don't make it a big deal. Just be like, what exercise is that? Like, what are you hidden there? Like, what muscle group are you even hidden there when you're doing that? Or why are you doing all these push-ups and pull-ups? Or something along, I don't know the situation, so I would have to look at it. But if she's doing all those push-ups and pull-ups, then just be like, what are you training for? Like you training for war or something? Like something like that, but like natural, okay? Or be like, how are you so good at push-ups or something? But like not like too complimenting, like you're trying to hit on her. Like actually try to get advice, or like how's your or do you notice a better pump when you do that form or something like that? Something like, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, bro. Still doing the pull-ups. Just gotta ultra this. What up, bro? Your advice worked. Hell yeah. Thank you, Pakistan. I'm also working out a lot at a young age so I can grow up to be the best looking person I can, but I've only been going for 3 years. Brother, just keep going and keep doing it and keep becoming the best version of yourself. If you're young and you're working out, you are already ahead of 99% of dudes. So all you have to do is keep doing it and you're basically chilling. That's all I want. That's all I want. You just keep working out, keep becoming the best version of yourself, keep learning, keep growing, keep navigating. Like, okay, can I start doing this better? Can I start training more? Should I start focusing on the stretch more? Can I start training more to failure? Can I start eating more high protein? Like, focus on just constantly improving like your workouts and everything. And every day I get a better workout. Every day I learn something more. Every day I'm growing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, keep just doing what you're doing because you're already ahead. But your mustache reminds me of Tony Stark Iron Man. Thanks. I was just working out. And my dad said already making fun of my form. Brother, I get it, bro. Parents come in, friends come in, you start doing it, and they're already like, bro, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. I feel you, man. It sucks. You just have to kind of Honestly, go in your room and do it silently. Don't let anyone watch you. Just be alone in your own thoughts. Because the truth is, I would hate if someone was trying to talk to me about form when I'm just trying to get my push-ups in. Like, bro, I don't care. I don't care about form. I don't even do push-ups. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, get away from me. So I feel the same exact way, brother. Best way, lock yourself in the room and do it. Don't let anyone watch you work out when you first start to work out, bro. Do yourself. Don't really care about form too much. Don't hurt yourself, but push-ups, I mean, if you're going to hurt yourself, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can look up form, go slow and controlled, yes. But, like, at the end of the day, bro, don't, like, do it secretly. Don't let your friends and family see, because the truth is there's a good chance they're going to judge you. And your parents, they might just want to help you, but they don't really know the best way to navigate it. So you kind of have to understand that. Bro, I got a new girlfriend. Hell yeah, I love that. So my advice worked for your girl or whatever, getting a new girlfriend. Hell yeah. Or at least that's what I'm assuming you're saying, which is good. I want to challenge you to see if you can fall off the mountain. I'm going to. All right, Ultraness. What up? What up? I'm back, Jake. What up? What up? Got a new girlfriend. Got a Pakistan. I'm doing it alone, but not doing any sussy. I haven't even dated a single person, which is fine. Again, like y'all get too caught up in like the whole like I've never done. Like, don't worry about that stuff. What you need to worry about is the goals. And if it really does bother you, then change it. You know what I mean? Change what bothers you. Okay, because if you're just gonna sit there and be like, I've never dated anyone, it makes me sad. Well, is what it is. Then you're just gonna stay sad, and that's not okay. But if I'd never dated anyone, this really bothers me. I'm gonna do every single thing in my power to meet as many women as possible. So I set up an opportunity to date someone. Then you're okay. But you have to be able to make that switch. You have to be able to make that transition and be like, okay, like this is what it is. I mean, this is the situation now. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I'm not that sad or anything. Yeah, I'm trying. Hell yeah, brother. Keep trying. You're doing fine, brother. Dude, it took me so long to start dating people. You're looking at Mr. Non-dater himself, like the one and only. So keep in mind that your time is going to come, but also don't be like I'm not going to tell you that. Like, also work towards your goals and your time will come. I'm not going to say your time's going to come if you just sit there and wait and do nothing. I will never say that. I'll never give you guys that advice. I think that's bad advice and it makes you guys slow and float. I would say your time will come as long as you put in the work. God will reward you, or whoever your higher power is. Definition of being single, dear Uranus, like Batman, Bruce Wayne, the Sigma male. Yep. Go with that vibe if you want. Helps out. We have to go. Jake, it worked, bro. Hell yeah, I love that shit. Love that. That's what I'm saying, bro. I love that. I love hearing that it worked. I love hearing that y'all are using my advice and it's working, because that means that it gives me confidence that I can keep giving people my advice, and it didn't only just work for me, it actually works for other people. So yeah, just keep letting me know so I can help other people too. And also, you saying that in the chat, it motivates other people to do the same. Because again, for me, it's like they see me and it's like, well, I'll never get to that point. But if they see someone in the chat too and they're like, well, I'm not that too much different from them. You know what I mean? So it could really help out, get someone started for sure. I'll be back in a few minutes. Summer right now, so I can't really do as much for this thing. Wait, do much for what? Oh yeah, dating. Yeah, I feel you, bruh. I mean, unless you can go to your local like, you know, ice skating arena or wherever you meet girls, mall, or I don't know where it is, but you try to find it over the summer to still try to meet girls, because they are out there. They do go out in the summer, and it is. Can I have a shout out? It was my first time working out, and I already did 7 pull-ups. Is that good, bro? That is insane. If you could do 7 pull-ups when your first time working out, then you are already ahead in so many different ways, and your potential is basically through the roof. You could possibly become the next like pull-up record winner with numbers like that. But I will be having a post-summer arc. I mean, your gym arc should be this summer, and then your woman arc should be, I guess, after summer. So you get in the gym, you get as big as possible, strong as possible, best looking as possible, and then those 3 months after, now you're, in the best shape possible, and then you go on your woman arc. You know what I mean? Of whatever that entails. I'm done being fucking scared, bro. Always embarrassing to me. Hell yeah, but I love that. Can I have a shout out? Yeah, I already have a specific person in mind, and they don't reply to my text, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta keep talking to different people, okay? If they don't reply, on to the next one, okay? If a girl is not replying to you, okay, unless you have already established like some sort like, but if it's like the first time you're trying to hit, like, talk to her and stuff and she's not replying, bro, just leave it, bro. Like, if you don't feel the energy, like, then just leave it. On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. Y'all need to have that mindset with girls. On to the next one, okay? Take your advice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Let me know how it goes. And like I said, guys, if y'all want deeper advice, then just shoot me a comment on my YouTube or DM on my Instagram, and we could even set up a one-on-one call and actually go deep into the root of the solution, because I could actually talk to you one-on-one, like human being connection, not just, a type, and then just hopefully understand the question. And I could really help y'all make a difference with whatever it is. Please a sub. Oh, thanks, John Eli. Thanks for the sub. Whenever I need advice for motivation and all, I just watch your lives. LMAO. I always appreciate. Oh, I appreciate your content. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm always trying to give y'all advice. I'm always trying to motivate y'all, give y'all advice, and make y'all become the best versions of yourselves. I want everyone leaving this stream to feel better about themselves, feel more motivated, and feeling like they're on the road to becoming the best versions of themselves. And sometimes I do need to make it a little more entertaining just to keep you guys locked in to, listen to more advice. Maybe I'm manipulating you guys a little bit to become the best versions of yourselves. But at the end of the day, if that's what I need to do, that's what I need to do. Because if I manipulate you guys to become the best versions of yourselves, then you guys tell me, how your advice works, blah, 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 and I feel really good, So it's a good exchange we got going. I'm probably not going to move on because she still talks to me in person. She doesn't use her phone at all. Here's the thing, bro. You don't need to necessarily move on to her. You could just start talking to other girls while still talking to her in person. A lot of dudes think that they like lock in on one girl and it's like, I can only talk to her. Like, I feel like I can't talk to any other girls. Like, the truth is that's hurting you so much. And biologically, it's not really a thing. Some girls like to make it like, because girls biologically only want to talk to one guy. So it's different because that's actually how they're biologically supposed to do. And some guys think that they're the same as girls, but the truth is they're not. They're biologically supposed to talk to multiple girls. So if you're not, then you're hurting yourself, okay? You're behind because you're not practicing, okay? What up, Johnny? Eli, yeah, I got a bunch of their numbers. Hell yeah, brother. Keep going. If you're getting girls' numbers, if you get one girl's numbers, I mean, you can get another girl's number. Rule of thumb. If you get one girl to like you, you can get another girl to like you. Rule of thumb. If you can get one girl obsessed, you can get another girl obsessed. Rule of thumb, okay? If you can do it once, you can do it again. So simply just do that. Bro, I already got so much girls that I like me, especially at school, brother. Hell yeah, I love that. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding. Stay on your focus. Don't let it get to your ego too much. Make it a representation of who you are and set it to a standard and become the best version of yourself mentally, physically, okay? Because, again, if you let it get to your ego too much, then you're not going to grow and then you're going to get hit in the face when something hard hits you. So you got to make sure that, you use it to your advantage. 5 numbers, bro, you're killing it out here. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if you're really getting out here getting 5 numbers, you have zero issue with the girls. You just got to keep doing what you're doing and keep focusing on the goal and the mission and becoming the best version of yourself and, understanding male and female dynamics and all that. Very, very important. No, I mean, I don't have her numbers. I only talk to her in person. So I'm saying that's fine. That's fine. Just keep growing. Keep learning. Keep becoming successful and becoming the best version of yourself. Lifting weights, eating healthy, focusing on your passion, and just doing what you need to do, like, to become successful. As simple as that. I'm definitely, way more on the wavelength that y'all need to just focus way more on goals than all the other bullshit. Oh, got more subscribers. Love it. Only need 6 more subscribers. None of them like me, but but that's fine. Look, bro, here's the thing. Keep doing what you're doing. My arms are so messed up, I don't give up, though. Hell yeah, bro. Never give up. Bro, I only meet people in person. Hell yeah. Keep meeting people in person. Keep practicing social human interaction. You got to understand how much the phones and the video games and everything's really, hurting us. So just keep human interaction. Keep it on your brain because it's really going to help with life experiences, number 1. And number 2, just learning life. Like, if you're staying inside, you're giving yourself a disadvantage because you're not learning, you're not experiencing. So then when you go into life, like, you don't have all these lessons. So there might be someone that's older than you, but they don't have enough life experience to even like, What up, chocolate? What up? Yeah, we're just talking about like not lying to yourself, like being motivated, and just becoming the best version of yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Uh, it's always preferred to meet them in person at first rather than online because you can see the most unfiltered version of them in person. Exactly. Here's the thing, guys. You have to understand, like, online has messed up our situation so much to the point where, like, we don't really even know, like, what someone's saying, and we don't know their tone. There's so many things that go into a text that, honestly, sometimes I do voice memos so they can actually really understand my tone in it because, like, a text isn't going to hit them as hard as, like, hearing the tone. So it's always better to meet people in person because not only are you getting their true, raw, authentic self, but it's a natural connection. There's no more miscommunication. You can really see if you like them. Because some people, you really like them on text. You meet them in person, you're like, whoa, what? And some people suck on text, but in person, they're like awesome. You're just like, what? Like, so you just have to, keep that in mind. Still waiting on someone to stop dating. Brother, you need to stop waiting for anyone, okay? Don't wait for any girl to stop dating. You have to do your own thing. I don't think I'm going to be able to go to the gym tomorrow because I got a doctor's appointment. I'm going to have to break my streak of 3 years in a row because my parents don't care where I am, honestly. Brother, like, just be smart and just try to go to the gym still because you don't want to break a 3-year streak. A 3-year streak's a long time, so keep that in mind. Like, you don't want to break that stuff just like that. You're yapping too much. I can't understand you, and you don't get a second to stop. Honestly, not trying to be rude at all. I'm a nice person. Sorry, brother. I know I'd go kind of fast through these things. If you want to slow down the video or just rewatch it, I post all my lives, so you could see it if you miss anything. Cause I know I kind of run fast through these things. Jesus, brother, this guy's back. Gonna try to go right after. Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Tough, always in here trying to like spam. I like put him on timeout, and he like gets notifications like I'm off timeout. Oh, gotta put in my words, gotta put in my statement. Literally. I have a home treadmill and 5-pound weights. Is that good enough to work out good? If so, what would be a good routine? Definitely need more weights. Definitely need to start doing push-ups and pull-ups. Like, the 5-pound weights aren't going to do much. They're going to do a little bit. But if you can just do body movements like push-ups, then you're really getting that true, like, thick stretch in the muscle. The treadmill, like I said, just take walks. Like, treadmills are only so much, what I mean? I think treadmills, even though they are good for exercise, are one of the worst things ever put in a gym because they trick people into think that they had a good workout for walking on it for 45 minutes. It's like, bro, we're supposed to be walking. We're humans. We're supposed to be walking like 5-6 hours a day. So the idea that walking on a treadmill 1 hour a day, not outside in bad light, probably listening to music, is healthy is crazy. Exactly. Some people are so energetic on text and they'll turn around and be the most nonchalant person. It's confusing sometimes. I know. That's why you just got to just do everything in person so it just works better, okay? I already got muscle, man, and I got a girl. Hell yeah, brother. Love that. Absolutely love that. Keep it up. How are you? I'm good. I used to talk 1 mile a day. Good stuff. I can't break the streak, bro. I gotta make sure I go after when the girl is here. Yeah, brother. You gotta go. You can't break the streak, bro. 3 years? Nah. Can't break it, man. Can't break that. No, I mean, like, I don't want to listen to the whole thing again. Oh. Well, brother, yeah, just do what you want, brother. I do what I do what I do on my streams, and you can kind of watch them how you please. You know what I mean? That kind of rhymes, bro. I should make a little rap song. Do what I do on my streams. You watch as you please. But yeah, let's do a new poll. Let's do a new poll. Do you think you put in 100% most days? Let's see who's really lying to themselves right now. All right, the poll is out. Like I said, bro, she keeps staring. You just gotta do it, bro. Because the more you overthink it, the worse it gets. That's what I'm saying. So just Be careful. Do you have a girlfriend now? I'm going to try you at least try push-ups every day. Is this good? Yes. Yes. Just start doing it every day. I don't care. I don't care if it's 10 push-ups. If you've never done push-ups in your room and you do it once, that is one of the biggest opening doors, is so important, is the start to your journey. And guess what? You'll be so much more likely to do more push-ups if you do push-ups in your room for the first time. You'll be more likely to do it the next day, and you'll be more likely to do it the next day, and you'll be more likely to do more and more numbers the next day as well. So keep that in mind, that you're going to keep wanting to do it if you do it. So if you've never done push-ups in your room, doing it for the first time can literally change your life. Even if it's 10 push-ups. Even though it feels small, it's not. Promise you. You need to get a girlfriend? No. No. Y'all have to understand. Unfortunately, they are big distractions, and I am too focused on my goals and my business to really put any focus into a relationship. That doesn't mean I won't go on dates with girls. Doesn't mean I won't hang out with girls. It doesn't mean I won't talk to girls. But a label, like a committed labeled relationship where we're now boyfriend and girlfriend and can't talk to other people, I don't want that. I don't want any commitment like that. So yeah. No, and this whole idea that anyone needs to get a girlfriend is really, really going to destroy you, because then you're only hyper fixating on one girl, and then you're not focused on talking to other girls, so you're not practicing talking to other girls, which could really, really hurt you. Because if you're not practicing talking to other girls, then you're losing, okay? Because you're not getting better at talking to other girls. And then when you actually see a girl that you actually like and you might actually want to make your girlfriend, you're all nervous and you don't know what to do because you never learned the skills in the first place. I got to go to talk to her a second time today. Hell yeah, brother. But also, like, be careful. Don't overdo it. Sometimes it's okay to just talk to her and walk away and let the tension build and let the tension hold, that she's just going to stare at you and be like, why did he come? Why did he think that? And that, and then just be done. So it might just have to, hold and just let it play out instead of trying to talk to her again, because then she might think that there's pressure. And who knows? But again, she still might it really depends on the situation. I can't see the situation in front of me, so it's hard to give full advice. Me too. What's good amount of push-ups per day? Like I said, right now just start with 10. Don't worry about the numbers. Just do as many as you can until it hurts. Don't worry about the number. Just do push-ups. Don't count. Just do as many until you get tired, until you're like, I can't do it anymore. That's what you gotta do. And then just done with that, and then just continue on. I can only do pull-ups, but I don't know what to do pull-ups on. I don't have any equipment. I can't really go to the gym. It's too far away, so I don't know. Don't focus on pull-ups right now. Only worry about the push-ups. Just focus on the push-ups, and then you'll be good. You'll go from there. I can't really go to the gym. It's too far, so I don't know how to do pull-ups at my house. Like I said, just focus on... I already read that. Honestly, I don't put in 100% most days, and that's my biggest block in my journey in fitness. See, that's what I'm saying. But you know what? You have a chance because you actually are honest with yourself. If you were to say, honestly, I don't put in 100% because this excuse, that excuse, this happened to me, genetics, blah, 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 I'd be like, bro, okay, then I'll never help you. I'll never be able to help you. But if you're like, I honestly don't, and I should be, and it's hurting my fitness journey, you have a chance because you're honest with yourself. So you already did the first step. You did the hard part. Okay, it's hard to be honest with yourself. It's very brave, though. So now you did the hard part. So now you're honest with yourself, and now you're going, okay, now that I'm honest with myself, I've had the tough conversation. Now I'm going to try to put in 100%. So I like that. I like that you're honest. It's very brave. Bro, heart is pounding. Yeah, it is. Well, good. That's good. It feels good. Just be careful. And also, if you already talked to her and it was a good interaction, you don't need to talk to her again. Hold the tension. Let her think about it at night. Don't give her any reassurance about anything. Just let her think about it. Let her think about you, okay? Let the tension build now that you've said something. Because no tension was built when you weren't said anything, but now that you've said something, now you can let tension build. I have 20-pound dumbbell. Anything I can do? Yes, bro. Start pushing those, bro. Just start vibing with them. Hammer curls. Bicep curls, pushing, push dumbbell press, pressing movements, triceps, lat raises, shoulders, all that. You can use so much with a 20-pound dumbbell. If you want bad enough, you'll find any way to make it happen. Exactly. Simple as that. Major business and communication combined is called interdisciplinary communication or just interdisciplinary studies. Basically the study of two majors at once, very, very good. Looks good on a degree, even though I won't be using my degree, but it's just the major I picked because I'm just in college and I was just like, whatever is just easiest, to be honest. And I guess what appeals to me a little bit. I have no idea what a press or a curl is. So a press is this when you press the dumbbell like this, 1, 2, and a curl is like this when you go 1, 2, and a hammer curl is like this when you're holding it like this and you go 1, 2. And you could also look up videos on pressing dumbbells or curling dumbbells, and then they could show you good form, you know. Can you look like the thing after this, what I said? I didn't mean to put WR. Me too. Do you have a girlfriend? No, wait, I don't know what you said. No, I mean, like, I don't want to listen to the whole thing again, yeah. Can you look the thing after this, what I said? Compound exercises only or isolation as well? Both. Both compound and isolation, okay? Don't worry about one or the other. Always do both, okay? It's like working harder or working smarter. Both. You know what I mean? Fitness or diet. Exercising or diet. What gets you shredded? Both. That's the thing is a lot of things aren't one or the other. It's both of them together. It makes it way better. You know what I mean? Okay, right now 20 pound is really heavy. I will try to do at least one of every curl and press daily with it. Yeah, bro. Just try to press, 5 reps of the press with the 20-pound dumbbells and go from there. Okay? Simple as that. Simple as that. Computer's dead. It has a YouTube logo. Wait, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I started doing push-ups with dumbbells, and they're like 50 pounds. They're too easy, bro. I still have 40 more pull-ups left. 400 more pull-ups. Jesus, bro. That's insane. But, if you're doing dumbbell presses with 50 pounds, hell yeah, bro. Keep it up. How much does a bad diet affect muscle build? A lot. Especially if you're eating foods that lower your testosterone. It could be affecting your muscle building in a significant amount. So, if you're not eating high protein, good carbs, good fats, you could be really hurting everything, everything really, really badly. This girl is staring at me, bro. It hurts like holy crap. That's what I'm saying, bro. You got to just, if you already talked to her, then you're good. But yeah. If you already talked to her and she's staring at you, do not say anything. Because then, because now she's already interested. She's already hooked. Let her fantasize. Let her think about you. Let her wonder. Girls at my school are like, it doesn't matter, but to guys it does. Some guys anyway. Wait, what doesn't matter? How long should you cook the patties for? 2-3 minutes on each side, but you really got to understand like the thickness of it, and also when the fat's kind of popping out, that's a good sign. And also just like it's kind of hard. You kind of just have to sense it. The girls the girl's staring at you. Oh. Girls at my school are like that. It doesn't matter, but to guys, it does. Some guys, anyway. The girl's staring at you. So, you're saying, like, girls at your school think, like... You need to be a little bit more specific with this question. Oh, wow, that poll question is such bad grammar. Do you think you're put in 100%? Why do I put your, bruh? Let me charge my laptop, though, because it's low-key tweaking. Or it's not tweaking, it's just not charged. Ow, I've just got the worst foot cramp of all time. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. My bad, yo. I'm back. Sorry, I need to go to the bathroom really quickly. Okay, let's answer this. The girls at my school think two guys, when they like a girl, it's not a big deal. When they're staring at us, but some guys, it does matter, especially it's hard for them to get girls because it's exciting. Yes. So, the girls think that guys, when they like a girl, it's not a big deal. But when they're staring at them, to guys, it does matter, especially because it's hard for them to get girls, so it's exciting. Yes, true. So the whole thing is you just have to understand that that's the dynamic, and it is what it is. There's nothing you can do to change it. If it pisses you off, though, the thing is, there is nothing you can do to change it. This is the reality of the world, so you have to kind of use it to your advantage. So, you kind of have to look and be like, okay, well, how do I use this to my advantage? Well, keep training, keep becoming strong as possible. So then they keep staring at you and get excited about staring at you. It's simple as that. Clearly, you're in the gym. Clearly, they find you attractive in the gym. So if you keep doing that, I mean, what else? What else do you really need to do? Right? Right? Low key, if I stare at someone, if they see me a little, either smile or do something because it's awkward, if you just look away or act all embarrassed. Okay, low key, if I stare at someone, if they see me a little, either smile or do something because it's awkward. If you just look away or act all embarrassed. So, I think overall, y'all overthink social interactions way too much. The truth is, people walk by and they don't really think about, what happened after a while. They're only concerned about their own life. So when you do stare at these people and you're like, oh, do they like me? You have to understand, they're gonna continue on with their life. They're probably gonna forget. Same way that you're thinking about your life and you're not really thinking about them as much either. So the truth is, I don't really know how to answer the question, but. Well, yeah, it's not really a question. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, true. It is. I mean, it is a little awkward, but also, it really depends on the situation. Who wins, 100 men versus one gorilla? Like I said, yeah, I guess that's a YouTube logo. She's still staring at me. It's hurting so hard, bro. I'm embarrassed. Brother, just keep working out. Keep doing what you're doing. Seriously, if you already talked to her, do not talk to her again. Let her think about you. Let her sit there and think about you for whoever knows how long, okay, until you see her again. And she's like, okay, maybe I should talk to him now. I knew you were great at yapping sessions. We needed to see this. Thank you, brother. That's the thing. Some people like my yapping, and some people are like, bro, this dude talks way too much. And that's what's good about lives. But I don't understand the people that like comment like talking about like you yap too much and then they stay in the chat. Like I'll see them be like, bro, you yap too much. And then like 30 minutes later, I'll see them in the chat talking about something else. I'll be like, so you've been in the chat for the past, you could do anything else on this world. You could do anything else, okay? You choose to go specifically into YouTube. There's 10 trillion different lives. You go just specifically to my live and you're gonna like how like there's so many other things you could do. So I just don't get it. I was talking about earlier, I was meant to say I have a YouTube channel. It's called Johnny Eli. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Good stuff. Well, keep posting and keep doing what you're doing because at the end of the day, bro, the more you post, the better you get at it, the more likelihood you are to become successful with it. So just keep trying, keep pushing your goals, brother. What up, what up, what up? This guy is 2162. Okay. Got some just, you know, precursor info going on right now, I guess. What do we got? I always go lives. They don't have a large amount of viewers, so the streamer actually talks to me and sees my messages. Hell yeah. These yapping sessions are life-changing. Love that, brother. Absolutely love that. People say I should stop posting vids. Should I stop because it's getting to me? I might stop. No, bro, you cannot stop, bro. You have to understand how much hate I get, and I still post, I still go live, and the reason I do is because at the end of the day, like, you're gonna get hate no matter what. And yes, it might get to you, but that's your fuel, that's your fire. It's getting to me, well, now I gotta prove them wrong. I gotta make better videos, okay? I gotta keep doing videos, okay? And what are they doing? Are they making videos? Are they out here, like, being the best versions of themselves? Or are they just sitting there judging you? Like, do you really want to take their critique if they're just sitting there playing video games and not doing anything? And they're like, yeah, bro, what are you doing playing, like, making videos? Like, yes, if it was Mr. Beast being like, bro, like, you should stop making videos, like, the #1 YouTuber, then yeah, you should stop. You're getting critique from the best guy ever. But the truth is, he'd never say that because he knows anybody starting out should keep going and keep trying. So the truth is, the best people at the thing will tell you to keep going, okay? If you were to listen to Mr. Beast, any of the best YouTubers, they would tell you to keep going and not listen to people that don't have a YouTube channel, have never been successful in a YouTube channel, and probably play video games and eat shit food and don't do anything with their life. And they're judging you. Like, come on. What's your best live stream ever? I don't know. Very, very subjective question. It really depends on the viewer itself. Some people could argue that my best live stream was my mango hunt because it was super outside and it was in Florida and it was super tropical. Some people can argue my best live stream was when we talked about like depression and how to get out of it. Some people could argue my best live stream was when I hit 1,000 people in the live and it broke my system. I mean, you could argue a lot of different things here. Be honest. I am. I yap a lot of the time, too. I understand the yappings, or you are fluent in Japanese. You are fluent in the serial live stream was the best. Bro, because we could go off about... I mean, I'm not going to. I don't need to. But I could go off about cereal for literally 4 hours straight. I could literally make a 4-hour rant about how bad cereal is for you. And why it's so bad, why it's so detrimental, because it's so much deeper than just a sugary thing in the morning. It's a study, it's a person, it's a Kedlog person that made paid studies to trick people into thinking red meat is bad and starting off their day with wheat. And now we are the most unhealthy and the lowest testosterone. But that's just the base of it. There's goes so much deeper. So yeah, cereal. Dude, yeah. Bro, I got 300 pull-ups left. Then I have 370 push-ups. Then 8 plank holds for 10 minutes. Then 500 more push-ups? Jesus Christ. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot, man. Because you got... How are you doing 300 pull-ups? That's like Goggins type stuff. Guy, did you know he is 1.1 height, 500 pushes? Brother, I mean, I guess, yeah. I just hope, I don't know. I hope everything goes well for you then. I don't know. Like, if you're really out here doing 1,000 push-ups and 300 plus pull-ups, that is next level shit. Straight up. 300 pull-ups is next level shit. Like, seriously, if you could actually do 300 pull-ups, you're on some next level shit. How I stop my bullies, they're the ones telling me to stop. Okay. You don't stop them. You prove them wrong, okay? You prove them wrong so much that they're forced to stop. How are they going to make fun of someone that makes such good videos and has a bunch of subscribers and, you know, is now making all this money and maybe is, you know, getting bigger and stronger and all that stuff? You have to make them stop by not saying words and just action, okay? That's what I'm saying. Been doing this shit since you were 10, bro? Good stuff. Well, that's good, man. I wish I started when I was 10, you know? I started way too late. Luckily, I can still have some sort of physique to show for it, but if I had started at 10, oh my god. I mean, that's like 7, 8 years of training I missed out on pretty much. I don't know how much bigger I could have been. But I only have 6 subs. Brother, you have to keep going, okay? Do you think when I had 2 subscribers and my friends were like, bro, like, why are you making these Madden videos, bro? Like, you're just recording your touchdowns. Like, no one cares. Do you think if I stopped right then and there, I would be at the place I'm at right now? And the truth is I did stop, and it held me back. I stopped because of other people's judgment. That's the truth. You really want to know why I stopped posting those videos in 8th grade? Because I was afraid of other people judging me. And then I said, fuck that. I don't care. And I'm sorry, this is raw, unfiltered content. So if y'all don't want the cursing, I'm sorry. But, yeah, it is what it is. But no, you have to understand that it's fire. It's motivation. You got to just keep that in mind. Okay, a little puppy can't do anything. Wait, sorry. Stop. Donkey. No. They're bad. Look at them quick. Bro, it doesn't matter if you got to keep making them good then. Like, keep working towards it, okay? How are you going to get better? Okay, and then once you make that one video that works, then you're like, okay, this works. This gets people to watch, okay? Now how do I make this video even better? How do I improve this video? How do I recreate it and make it even better? And then go from there, okay? You think my first shorts worked out? No, they didn't. You can look, okay? Once I started posting meal shorts, I was like, wait a second, this works. And I started getting better. I started making it looking more aesthetic. And then went from there, and I started posting working out shorts. You got to find what works and keep doing it. So far, I have 46 subscribers on my channel, and my recent short got 2K views. I love that, brother. Keep it up. What up? Sorry. The tapping game I got. It's the tapping game. I got 250 letters. Oh, keep going. Keep going. True, the disclaimer is out. It is raw, unfiltered content. True. I do mention that in the beginning, so y'all are aware. What up, Karth? I'm insane, bro. I work out a little too much, I think. Nah, bro, it's fine. You don't work out too much yet. Until you're, like, hurting yourself and the doctor tells you, bro, you're working out too much, you're overtraining, then don't worry about it. Like, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting bigger, keep getting stronger. And as long as if you keep getting stronger and bigger, there's no working out too much. You know what I mean? The second that it's hurting your strength gains and you're not getting any like bigger, then you could, take a chill pill. What kind of topic made you famous? Well, like I said, I'm not really that famous yet, but the topic is the topic of becoming the best version of yourself, whether that's in the gym, whether that's a healthy diet, or whether that's just instilling the mindset. So the topic is basically just a combination of that. I'd say you're famous for me. Oh, thank you, brother. What time is it now? I don't know, 9:14. When I was 5, I made a pact that I would never say a swear word in my life, which surprisingly I've held up. That is crazy, brother. That is insane. I could never imagine making a pact like that. I mean, that means you're. I mean, I just know I can't hold my back. I can't hold myself back from saying any words. Like you can come up with an alien word and you tell me I can't say it, I have to say it now. If anything you tell me I can't do, I then have to do. It's a very, very, very interesting trait about me that has pros and cons to it. Blessing and a curse. This fucking girl is staring at me, bro. I can't even look at her anymore. Don't, bro. Focus on your goals. You're worried about your goals. You're worried about your passion. She needs to be thinking, why is he so worried about his passion? Why did he just walk up to me and then, like, you know what I mean? Like, why is he so concerned about working out? You know, that's what she needs to think. Why is he not talking to me anymore? Like, why is he just, ask me a question and leave? So, like, comfortable with, like, that. You know what I mean? Bro, I do every single amount of push-ups I can do in a way. Damn, bro, I can't hold back from any words either. You're speaking like a criminal right now. Anything I do, I'm not supposed to do. Yeah, true, bro. Like, and it's as simple as that. Like, if someone tells me like you can't, do 50 push-ups right now, then it's gonna make me want to do 50 push-ups. If someone tells me I can't, be successful on YouTube, it's gonna want to make me be successful on YouTube. If someone tells me I can't get big arms, I want to get big arms. If someone tells me I don't look physically intimidated, it only makes me want to show them how physically intimidated I am to them. It's as simple as that. It's a blessing and a curse, and it is what it is. Like, that's just how my brain is. The second someone tells me I can't do something, I then am, like, forced, like, I have to do it. You know what I mean? Because just, like, the truth is, the way that the world's working, more rules are going to happen. The world's way more concerned about safety than freedom, and AI taking over isn't going to help like that. And the truth is, our future kids are going to be like, why didn't more people break rules? Like, you guys had so much freedom to break rules. Like, in the future, there's going to be so many more rules, and they're going to be like, why didn't you guys break more rules? Like, you had the chance to break all these rules, now you can't. Sorry, I do not sorry use speaker. It's fast. I meant to say I do any amount of push-ups that I could. Any amount of push-ups that I could. Yeah. What's the best workout? Best workout is, like I said, push-ups, pull-ups, but also if you're in the gym, then like dumbbell presses, back, rows, squats, deadlifts, all that, or compound movements pretty much. Any amount of push-ups that I could. Exactly. Do whatever you can. No chance you never said a swear. Easy and quick. Hell yeah, bro, I love that. Same here. My parents told me not to say curse words, and I said them anyways. The funny thing is, for that, it wasn't really my parents who were, like, super big on not saying curse words. Because my dad was pretty logical. He's like, look, like, there's parents out there that call their kids out for saying curse words, and their parents literally say the most curse words. Like, how are you going to get mad at the kid when you're literally saying it? Like, but, I was always made sure I was respectful. I would never say it like, in a situation I couldn't. But the idea that I can't say words, that makes me feel like you want to have control over me. And I can't allow that. So it makes me want to do it. Like, or the idea of anything that I can't do, it makes me feel like I then have to prove. It's like the Michael Jordan effect. Like, everyone, like Michael Jordan, someone says something and he just takes it too personally. And he's just like, nope, I can't allow that. That's why that thing happened where that dude, like, said like nice game, Mike, or at least that's what Michael Jordan, manipulated his brain to think just to make him play harder in the game. Michael Jordan knew that someone telling him he couldn't do something would motivate him to do better. So he literally tricked his brain into thinking that someone said nice game, Mike, even though it was totally not a mean thing at all and not saying he couldn't do anything, just simply being nice. But he took it personally just to manipulate his own brain, just to be more motivated. What kind of psychopath does that? A psychopath that's a winner and has 6 championships and people call the go to basketball and still say he's the best player of all time and a winner. I mean, he's Michael Jordan. You'd never not hear about him. And that was his mentality. You tell me I can't do something, I have to literally, like, destroy and go 10 times harder to show you that I can do it. Not only like were you wrong, but you were so wrong to the highest extent possible, and I need to prove it to you as much as possible. Okay, my bad. It depends. You can start with arms. That's what I did. Also, you go to the gym. Yep, just go to the gym. I never said a swear. Surprisingly, you should be to bed so you can get stronger. I mean, your brain. Uh, what's up? What up? Can we make a swearing at school secret, or do others do that? I have a huge secret. I do it. How are you doing? Nice. I used to shit, and I only use shit, and I don't use anything else in front of my parents. I just woke up. Parents also told me I couldn't have a girlfriend, but I get them anyways. Sometimes y'all need to listen to your parents. Sometimes your parents know what's best for you. But sometimes they also don't understand. So it really depends. You have to navigate that the correct way. My eyes to go for sure. I'm going to sleep. You should end the live stream because I can't watch it, brother. I'm sorry, but this live stream is going to go a lot longer because unfortunately we got a lot more people that we got to motivate. But I like that. Like, I like that mentality of like you genuinely think the world revolves around you. You're like, I'm going to sleep now, so you might as well just end your like stream that you got going on because I'm done. Like, brother. Like, I wish I had that ego almost. Like, or like I thought the world revolved around me like that. Like, I wish I actually had that. Like, that delusional, thinking that the world revolves around me that much. I don't listen to them. I'm a bad kid. How to get a girlfriend when 11, 12, 13? Bro. Y'all need to stop worrying about it so much. Y'all are way too concerned about, like, I just need to get a girlfriend. Just get, like, no, stop. Just talk to girls. Just get better at talking to girls, okay? Make more friends with girls, okay? The girlfriend will come eventually, but if you're focused and hyper fixated on one girl, what's going to happen and what happens every time is you see that girl, you think she's cute, you sit there, stare at her nervously, don't talk to any other girls, wait, 3 months, maybe text her, hey, I've been thinking, I really like you, just doesn't text you back, over. And then you're on to the next one, and then the entire cycle repeats. Instead of letting that happen, just talk to as many girls as possible. And if you talk to a bunch of them, they'll start talking to their friends and being like, hey, he talks to you, hey, he talks to you. They'll start getting a little jealous. And then they'll start pursuing you as being your girlfriend. But you have to talk and talk and talk and learn and learn and learn and learn. The only way you're going to get better is if you talk to them. If you're not talking to them, you're not learning, you're not getting better. Simple as that. Like, there's nothing else I can do there's no better advice I can give you for girls than practice and talking to them and learning about them. Okay? Like I said, I could give you all the advice in the world about basketball. If I throw you on the court for a game, you're not going to know what to do if you've never touched a court. I could give you a year-long advice about basketball, talking to you. But if you're not out in the court actually practicing, you're not going to know what to do. You need to learn these things on the court, and you need to learn these things when talking to girls, okay? You need to learn it firsthand, because I can say as much as I want, but it doesn't matter. You need to learn it. No, you don't need one. Yeah, let it come naturally. Yes, natural. Best vibe. Don't give it too much attention. Socializing is good, but putting them on a pedestal, bad. Exactly. Can't put them on a pedestal. The second you put them on a pedestal, you're not in your natural flow state. You're overthinking. You care about what they think. All bad. All not natural, and they pick up off that. As noted before, I have 5 of their numbers, but I'm pretty sure most of them are dating, brother. What is even going on? Why? Oh God. Never mind. I'm not even gonna. Bro, I can't stop wanting to look at her back. No, bro. I know it's hard. It's exciting. It's different. It's new. But you have to understand that you not looking at her right now, that's your power. That makes you powerful. That gives you power. You looking at her gives you weakness. Okay. And it might be bothering you, but that's the point. is that if it bothers you and you still don't do it, that's what makes you powerful. She's like, he's powerful. He talked to me and then he just goes on with his business and he doesn't care. Why does he not care? That's so like attractive to them. But the second you go back and start talking to her, it's like, oh, got him. See, he likes me. He wants to continue to talk. And she might like the attention. She might appreciate the attention. But at the end of the day, is that raw attraction there? Is that raw obsession there? Is she going to think about you the same way tonight if you keep on talking to her again? No. She's gonna have more reassurance of who you are and know more about who you are. But if you don't talk to her and you leave, then she's like, who is that guy? It's all a mystery, okay? And it doesn't need to really feel like, like you need to start making the interactions intense over awkward. A lot of you guys think silence with a girl is awkward, but you have it all wrong. I love enjoying silence with girls, and it's great because actually what's happening is intensity is building. Tension is building when you're quiet with her. But the only way to do this is to be comfortable in the silence. If you are comfortable with being silent with a girl, a couple things are going to happen. One, she's going to know that you're confident. You're not, afraid of losing her. You're not afraid of keeping the conversation going. Also, what's going to happen is she's going to be like, wow, this guy's so confident and not talking that, like, they're almost going to feel like they want to continue the conversation with you. And once that dynamic is established, then they're way more in pursuit of you because they're like he's not talking, like, I don't know. Like, this could happen with even really, really good-looking girls. You guys have to understand, girls are human too, okay? It's not like they're, like, you talk to them and instantly, like, you're the awkward one, They feel awkward too. They feel like they need to continue conversations too. So if you can put them in that dynamic where they're talking to, like, they're, like, trying to continue the conversation with you because you're being quiet, not nervously quiet, confidently quiet, okay? And just holding the moment, okay? Holding, like, you say something flirty or whatever, you just stare at them and smile and not really say much, okay? You just hold the tension, okay? That's what builds attraction, okay? So just keep that in mind. It's bothering me. Oh, damn, bro, that, like, hurts. I want to talk to her so bad, bro. At 15 as a boy, I can't get girls. It's hard, though. I'm not going to, though. Yeah, bro, 15, it's hard. It's new. You don't know what to do because you feel like all excited and there's all these new things happening. But the truth is, you have to understand that you will see her again, okay? She's already staring at you. You're already in a good position. So just do your thing, do your passion. And the truth is, bro, if you really don't want to think about her that much, go talk to another girl. It doesn't mean that she has to be off your focus, but if you talk to another girl, you actually approach another girl, then you're, like, not really overthinking what she's thinking about because now you have a whole nother situation going on, and she can do her overthinking and you can kind of just focus on your goals. Women want attention. They're emotional creatures, but we're pragmatic. We are simple. We just try friend zoning a girl. It's really fun. You have an insane amount of improvement you can do. I like that. Yes, they women want emotion, attention. They're emotional creatures, 1,000,000,000,000%. And we're pragmatic, simple, 1,000,000,000,000%. And just try friend zoning the girl. It's really fun, 1,000,000,000,000%. You can friend zone her before she friend zones you. She is literally going to want to get out of the friend zone. The same way that when you're in the friend zone, you're like, bro, how do I get out of the friend zone? Bro, if you establish that dynamic with her, she's asking her friends, how do I get out of the friend zone? How do I make this, like, more of a relationship? How do I stop being friends with them? She'll start asking her friends that question. And again, the same thing. If you make the conversation, like, and you hold the conversation, don't say much, and you stay in the silence. Again, she's gonna be like, how do I continue the conversation? How do I keep things going? How do I pursue this guy? Clearly, he's high value. Clearly, he's okay and confident with himself. That's why he's not afraid to stay in the silence and not continue the conversation because he's that confident in himself. So clearly, now I want to continue the conversation with this such confident guy. You know what I mean? So yeah. As a boy, if I get friend zoned, which has happened before, it makes me want to scream. That's what I'm saying, bro. And the girls feel the same way. When they get friend zoned by a guy they like, they want to scream. But they also want to pursue you more. So just keep that in mind. That if you friend zone them first before they friend zone you, it's very good. Best way to friend zone a girl is saying something like, I really appreciate our friendship. But you can't say that if she already said we're bros and we're friends. That's where it messes up. You have to do that when it almost feels like tension, like attraction is actually being built. That's when you say, I really appreciate our friendship. That's when you say, I really, like, oh, I really like you as a friend. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, like, you're such a good friend. You know, like when you do that, when you say the word friend, use the F word on the girls, it does something in their body where they're like, okay, no pressure. This guy's not hitting on me. I kind of like him, but now I like him even more because he's confident. He's not pursuing me. And now there's a challenge and a mystery. You know what I mean? So all of those, keep that in mind. Knicks forced game 6, by the way. Oh, fire. But yeah. And let's check sub count real quick. Bruh. What up, everyone hopping in? We are just out here. Alright. Need 5 subscribers left to hit 1,800, and we're gonna hit it, and it's gonna be exciting. And let's keep going. Let's keep running it. Let's keep getting bigger, stronger, in all aspects of life, not just physically and mentally, but also through YouTube and everything else. So I'm saying, guys, you got to keep up with the mindset, even if it's, with whatever it is, whether it's YouTube, whether it's, whatever it is, you got to just keep up that disciplined mindset with it. Have to. Absolutely have to. Absolutely have to. Cannot, it is unacceptable not to. You have better things to do. If you're like not even attracting a single person, then you need to improve first. It's super important. You can't rush with that. Facts. If you're not attracting a single person, you need to be fully focused on gym, diet, and healthy living. Seriously, if you genuinely are like, I'm not attracting anyone, I'm not getting any results, no one's even looking towards my way, you need to figure out your looks, you need to figure out how to get attractive, you need to figure out your style, you need to figure out all this different stuff. Because the second that you do, you're going to start to notice that people are going to start to look your way. Truth is, every man can get themselves from a 4 to an 8, okay? If you just focus on getting yourself, not necessarily perfect, good looking, super clear skin, just getting yourself physically raw, intimidating, and a man, just becoming a man. What, some sort of archetype of a man. You know what I mean? Some of y'all wear those compression shirts and you have body fat. Don't do that. If you have body fat, you should be wearing those big shirts and a lumberjack vibe. You know what I mean? Don't wear a tight compression shirt. Those are for, that's what I'm saying. You have to find your archetype, okay? But also, yes, if girls aren't looking towards your way, you shouldn't be worried about your riz or your game or anything. You should be worried about making yourself look as most attractive as possible. Then when you're attractive and you start talking to girls and you realize, wait, I don't know how to talk to girls, then you can start focusing on your riz and your game, all that. Loki Akar knows what's good with this stuff, though. Not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. But, yeah. Alright, sub. Oh, thank you, brother. Bro, you just got 1K subs last week. You're growing fast. No, yeah, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. As a boy, when I get cheated on, because it's really common, the only thing I wanted to do since my cheer captain girlfriend cheated on me, as a football captain, I only wanted to go to the gym to meet girls. Yeah, exactly, brother. Exactly. That's what you gotta do. And the truth is, the whole cheating thing, the best way, we already kind of talked about, with the best way to not get cheated on, all right, is to never, ever ask for a relationship. They need to ask you for a relationship. If you ask her to be your girlfriend, before she's fully showed that she wants to be your girlfriend and she wants loyalty and she likes you, the issue is you think that some people, I'm not saying you specifically, but some people have this idea in their head that if you ask a girl to be your girlfriend, she's going to like you more. This is going to help us grow and come closer, and she's going to like me more. Incorrect. That's not how it works. The truth is, what you have to do is you have to become so attractive, so confident. She needs to become so obsessed with you that she is begging you for the relationship, okay? And a lot of guys are like, what do you mean? That's not how it works. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You just have to find that dynamic. You just have to establish that dynamic, okay? A lot of guys think that's impossible because their entire life they've always pursued girls. But if they flip the dynamic and switch things, they're going to start to realize how much easier it is when she's pursuing you. And it doesn't have to do with looks, money, or status or anything like that. It has to do with psychology and dynamics, okay? And how you assert yourself, okay? That's a big, big part of it. I'm just hopping online, hit shoulders. Good, love that, bro. Oh, hooping at LA. What if the other side is trying to do the same thing? What if the other side is trying to do the same thing? What other side? What do you mean the other side? Let's go over this. Like, what if they're trying to what? Like, if they're trying to do this thing you are telling us to do to them. They are trying to do that. You guys have to understand how dating works. Women are constantly, especially if they've dated for a little bit, they're on survival mode. They've been heartbroken by some guy or whatever, and now they're on constant survival mode. They're constantly want them to be in the higher place of dynamic because they're afraid that if they're not, then this relationship won't go the way that they want. So they're constantly fighting for power in the relationship. They're constantly trying to get you to pursue them. They're constantly trying to get you. So that's why you have to, there's two different conversations going on, okay? There's a conversation about, whatever you guys are talking about, and there's a conversation that's in the back of your head that's unspoken, that's about power and dynamics, okay? So yes, they're always going to try to get power over you. There's always going to be egotistical. They're always going to test you. The best way to not give them power is to never care. Never care. Never care about anything, okay? Seriously, don't. Don't care about what they say. Don't care about what they think about you. Don't care about any of it, okay? The second you show that you care about something that they did or their reaction to anything, it shows weakness. They find it as weak. They find it as, even if you're a really strong person, they'll still look at you as weak. That's why a lot of big buff dudes get confused. They're like, why am I not getting girls? Like, the reason is because you don't have that dynamic established. You don't know how their psychology works. You don't know how to make them feel something. You could be a 10 out of 10. The second you open your mouth and you don't know how to make them feel a thing, whatever it is, good, bad, out of nowhere, like, it doesn't even need to be a good feeling. It just needs to be a feeling. That's why you guys are like, why do girls like toxic guys? It's because they're giving them a feeling. You know what I mean? So just give them a feeling, whatever it is, good, bad, funny, nervous, intimidated. The feeling you don't want to give them, obviously, is the feeling of being turned off. And the best way to not give them that feeling, right, is to not be boring. Because if you're boring, they don't feel anything, and then they feel turned off, okay? That's the thing. Boringness equals them being, again, they hate boring. Girls hate boring, okay? That's why you see them with drug dealers or murderers or something, and, why are they attracted to that? Because it's not boring. They'd rather, die than be bored in a relationship. You have to understand. Because as a guy, you are a little bit more, wild, you might do a little bit more crazy things. You might, jump fences and stuff. And girls are a lot more like that, but when it comes to attraction, that's where their fantasy land is. That's where they jump off the cliff. That's where they, do the risk. That's where they take the risk. That's where it is in their dating, okay? So you have to understand that your risk-taking is when you, go with your boys and do some stupid boy stuff. That's your risk-taking. Their risk-taking is relationships. Their risk-taking and fun and going out and doing stupid stuff that they know they're not supposed to is relationships. That's how they see it, okay? 2 more subscribers, guys. Keep it up, and we'll hit 1,800 tonight. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Let's keep it running. That's actual facts. They're a murder. The stuff we do as guys is ridiculous. Yes, bro, it does. I know it does seem like the guys have to put in so much work for dating, and women basically don't even know what the hell's even going on with dating. They're just clueless about it. It does seem like that. But at the end of the day, if you can figure out this stuff and use it to your advantage, then you win, okay? You have full control over your dating. The women are going to be obsessed with you because you know exactly what you're doing. You're on your grind. You're on your success, okay? And then you have abundance of options, and then you're not worried about one girl because you have so many girls, commenting in your thing or your Instagram or your YouTube or whatever the situation is, DMing you, whatever that situation is, that you're not really worried about one girl, you know what I mean? That's the whole thing. So you do put in the work, and it is ridiculous the amount of work you put in. I feel like it's ridiculous the amount of work I had to put in to finally get girls to, notice me and like me and stuff. But the truth is, once it happened, it was like a 10x effect because I worked hard at it, and now it's like, okay, like now I figured it out, so I get to work 10 times harder at it, and then set up all the platforms, the dating apps, pictures, all that stuff. So it's like, yes, I put in all that work, but once you set it up and you make the dating app with, yourself looking really good, then it's like overnight success. All of a sudden you're getting all these texts, all this stuff, and then you're hanging out with all these people. You're like, whoa, 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 it just happened. It's like, well, you thought it was overnight success, but really it was all the work you put in. So yes, it's ridiculous the amount of work you put in, but it's worth it because once you win it, it's so much worth it than when they put zero work in for dating and then they end up heartbroken a lot more. That's why you see that the dudes that have the best dating lives are usually men that have went through a lot more pain in the beginning and learned, rather than the dudes that kind of just fell in love early and then get heartbroken and divorced at 40, because they actually never had any dating experience, only dated one girl. But the dudes that dated multiple girls actually have experience and know what they're doing. If you're really young right now, don't overthink everything. Just focus on leveling up, improve the basics, your face, physique, your health. There are countless guides out there. Exactly. If you're young right now, don't overthink everything. Just focus on leveling up, improve your basics, face, physique, health. Simple as that. Okay? Simple as that. Sometimes we need other people to say it in different ways because I could say it many, but we need someone to say it like in a different way. So that's good. Bro, I'm hoping this second girl comes and talks to me. She's been staring at me since before the stream has started. Bro, keep doing it. If you can talk to 2 girls in one day, boom, that's a win. That's a win. Boom. Now you're not thinking about 1 girl. Think about 2 now. So it's a lot easier, less pressure, more natural. Simplest advice is don't get fat, eat clean, train hard. Health is looks. Fit people naturally look better. Once you get that down, start socializing more, talk to more, especially girls. Simple, effective, relentless. Simple as that. Simple as that. It can't get any simpler than that. If a girl continuously makes eye contact, that's your sign to make a move. And do it sooner than later before it gets weird. Exactly, bro. Just do it. You see her make eye contact with you, and you haven't talked to her yet, just do it. Because the more you wait, the anticipation is not going to build. The more she's going to be like, does this guy like me? Does he not? And the second she finds out that you're too nervous to talk to her, it's over, okay? So you either walk up to talk to her, or you just focus on your own goals. But if you're staring at her like maybe I should talk to, maybe I should, wrong, okay? She's going to get turned off. She's going to be like, what do you mean this guy's nervous? He just doesn't go for what he wants. That's the thing. Is if you were really a man, then you would go for what you want. That's how they think of it. So, sup, what up? I don't want the girl I don't want the one I like to get jealous. No. Dude, here's the thing, okay? First off, you do want her to get jealous, okay? That's one of the best forms of emotion for a girl to want you more. You have to understand something. Girls think about guys the same way we think about our goals. So if you see someone in the gym lifting more weight than you and you get jealous of them, that's going to trigger you to what? Pursue your gym goals more, correct? It's not going to make you be like, oh, I'm just going to give up on the gym. So same way with her, when she sees another girl talking to you, that's actually going to make her want to pursue you more because you're now her goal and you're not as easy and accessible. You don't just give out and hand out her goals, okay? So you do want to make her jealous, okay? That strikes a primal emotion in her there to chase you even more because now you're higher value, okay? So try to get girls jealous. It's one of the best strategies to give them actual raw attraction, okay? Never think that making a girl jealous is a bad move, okay? Always think I am only benefiting myself, okay? I am only benefiting myself when I'm doing this, especially if they're hot. Okay, when they get a little bit worse looking, okay, they could possibly get insecure, and then, then the jealousy could possibly not work out for you. But if they're hot, jealousy is one of the best ways to get a girl attracted to you because they're primal. It's a primal response. It's a competitive response, okay? Because women are competitive, but they're competitive with men, okay? They're not competitive with their goals. They're not competitive with lifting. They're not competitive with business. That's what men are competitive with. That's why you see men get mad and, they fight each other because of ego or whatever. Women are the same way, but when it comes to dating guys, okay? That's where their ego comes in. That's where their competitive urge comes in. And that's where their fight or flight comes in. And that's where the emotion comes in, the passion comes in, okay? And that's why you see them compete over guys. We obviously all see this. Hello, bro. I'm from India. Nice to meet you. Literally waiting for Rockstar GTA 6 to come out. You know the game. Hell yeah. Hello. What up? Bro, she got the prettiest blue eyes ever. Yes, bro. But also another thing, y'all need to not worry too much about a girl's looks in general. Even if she is hot, fixating on things like her looks could possibly get you too caught up in lust and overthinking and being like, she's so perfect, she's got this and that and the other thing, and you don't look at her as like a real person, and then things aren't as natural because you put her on a pedestal. So make sure you just do it. You just do it naturally. You just do it. You know what I mean? Don't think about it too much. What goes up never comes down. Yep. Just hit 1,799. Only need one more sub to get to 1,800. So keep it up, guys. Keep it going. This is going really well. What up, what up, what up, what up, Preppy for Life? We are just out here vibing, about to get one more sub to 1,800 subscribers, and we're on road to 2K by the end of the week. And we've had a bit of a slowdown, but more real raw talks, which has been good. So, yeah, we're just going to keep that up. I try, but I've been going to the gym with her since she was 12. Oh, shit. Or, oh, shit. Like, that's a lot. Like, that's like 3, or I don't know how old are you, but, like, yeah. One thing I thought when I was younger was that once I get into a relationship, other girls started to like me. I realized eventually the jealousy just makes them realize their feelings. Yeah, dude, and it's a hard reality that almost every single guy that doesn't get girls that ends up getting a girlfriend experiences, because there's two things that go on. First, yes, like the girls see that you're dating someone else and they instantly go jealous. He's on the dating market. Who is this guy? Why does she like him? Blah, blah, blah. Instantly. But another thing that guys don't realize is once you have a girlfriend, you are now not in a desperate frame. You are not in a desperate mode. You are now just walking around, not really looking to talk to girls. You got your girlfriend's waiting at home, whatever. So you're walking around way more relaxed, way more comfortable, way more not in pursuit. And girls pick up on that really quickly, because you have aura, you're not pursuing anyone, you don't have urgency, you're just trying to do your thing, you're on your goals. And they find that really, really attractive. So it's the trifecta, or the dub or whatever of, the girl seeing that, uh, she's that someone's dating you, so it's pre-selection, pre-approval. And then on top of that, your vibe is so like, I'm not pursuing anyone, I'm on my own goals. I already, like, you just give off that vibe that even girls that don't even know you have a girlfriend get the vibe that, you're not pursuing anything, which is going to make them like you more. Which is why it's good to just have one girl that you're talking to, at least, that's very attracted to you, so you always have that to think about when you go talk to other girls, because you're like, well, but at the end of the day, I saw that girl. Doesn't need to be your girlfriend, but just can be a girl that really, really likes you. I've just been able to do this anything because I was dating the cheerleader since I was 9. Now I'm 50. Bro, what? Jesus. I've just always been interested in her, but you don't cheat. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why y'all need to not get yourself in committed relationships, because then you lie to yourselves and be like, no, but I'd never cheat. But low-key, she's kind of hot, but I'd never cheat before. And then you're just stuck in this battle. Instead, just be like, nope, I'll never be in a committed relationship. I can talk to as many girls as I want. Talk to this girl, talk to this girl. And as long as I'm awesome enough, then they'll accept that. And they'll still want to, be obsessed with me and date me, and even be loyal to me, even if I'm talking to other women, because I'm literally that awesome, and they'd rather talk to me than some guy that's loyal to them because I'm that awesome. That's the mindset they need to have, and that's the frame they need to go with. Oh, this is great background audio. Yeah, think about it. No, you've got to get her jealous, bro. That's really important. Pre-selection actually works. It's the most important thing out of everything else. Yes, 1,000,000,000%. Ekrush Radida Baghill is completely right. You have to get her jealous. Pre-selection actually works, and it is so, so, so important, because you have to understand what happens to women when they see you with a hot girl. Okay, a girl in general, but a hot girl definitely helps even more. Is they go, okay, this guy doesn't need to say anything, do anything, pursue anything at all. He doesn't even know I exist, and he is able to get this hot woman. Something about him, this hot woman gets hit on by all these guys, but she chose this guy. That means that there is something about this guy that's different, that makes her feel something good, and I want that feeling. I'm jealous of that feeling, okay? Because if he wasn't that awesome, then this hot girl that gets hit on by a bunch of guys wouldn't go for him. So that's why pre-selection is so important, because it's basically like a girl saying, hey everyone, this guy right here, especially if she's hot, this guy right here, I already approved him. He's already good. He already makes me feel good. That's why I'm attracted to them. So all the girls are like, okay, I don't even need to go through the first part. I'm already attracted. I already know that he's good looking because this hot girl picked him. So I already find him attractive. So pre-selection is extremely important, and is probably one of the biggest factors in keeping women attracted to you nowadays, especially when hypergamy is so important, and like their social media, and they're constantly looking for the best. you have to make sure that you are coming across as the best. And the only way to do that is to date multiple girls and have a bunch of women obsessed with you. So then they're like, okay, well, clearly this guy just has something because he doesn't even need to be in committed relationships, and these girls are still being loyal to him. And they know that he's dating other girls, and they're still being loyal to him. How awesome is this guy? That's how pre-selection works. And if y'all want to go deeper into that, look up a guy named Dan Bilzerian, and you will learn everything you need to know about that whole situation, okay? Honestly, everybody should know who Dan Bilzerian is, okay? That's a very interesting guy. Very, very interesting human being that I would sometimes consider myself very similar to. If you like someone and you're in a relationship, it's best to leave that relationship because it'll never work. Because I got with her cheerleader when I was 9, turning, and we broke up when I was 14, and I thought that girl when she was 15, and she's 13. Gotcha. My bad, I meant 12. Yep. Oh man, oh man. How did this talk about, like, you know, lying to yourself, putting in 100%, all that? How did this turn into, talking about girls and shit? Because some of y'all boys need help, bro. Some of y'all need some sauce. Also, I want to tell you that I went to dance practice and got my first AKA double diamond. I love that. That's good stuff. Didn't read my other comments. Hi, I'm new and you kind cute. Oh, thanks. Can you tell us some Riz? Brother. Riz? What Riz is basically every statement you make subliminally showing that you are high value, okay? And that doesn't mean you're saying, I'm a high value guy. You're saying things that show high value. Like, for example, you don't say much, but when you do say things, they really matter. They're really potent. You know what I mean? When they ask you, like, what are you doing? Like, oh, I'm going to the gym. Like, I'm focused on and even if and another thing too, guys, if a girl is really into you and you really want to make her obsessed, one thing you guys should do, especially if she's hot, if she asks you to hang out, you could literally, like, say, yeah, let's hang out, and then cancel on her. And I know this is crazy. I know you guys are like, what do you mean? What do you do? She's not going to like you. I got to tell you guys something. When you cancel on a girl that's excited to hang out with you, something happens to their brain. Something happens where they feel like they missed out. Something happens where they feel like they lost. They feel like they missed out on opportunity. So you have to think about it this way. It's like, you trying to lift weights, right? And then getting 0 results from it. 0 results. How would you feel? Okay? Would you say, no, I don't want to, I'm done lifting weights? Or would you say, okay, now I need to pursue this goal even more? Because if I don't, then, it's not going to go well. So just keep that in mind. What else we got? Hi, I'm new. You kind of cute. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I read that. Because we're gonna Mr. Rizzer. I'm thinking think all chat is around 14. Would you say coffee is bad for you? Depends the situation, to be honest. But I would say black coffee straight up, nah, bro, that shit's fine. But when you all put, like, creamers in it and sugars in it and a bunch of bullshit, that's when the coffee becomes a fudge sundae, and it's like, what are you even doing with your life? Like, this isn't coffee anymore. This is a freaking milkshake, bro. Like, so yeah. Like, coffee, you gotta be careful with, but straight up black coffee, that ain't too bad. There's hella people that always drink coffee every day. They're fine. Turn 16 December, new name, loser, messy hair, AO chill, Jake Chop in the sauce. Do you take drugs? I do not. Wow. Tan L's really wasn't a fan of that. I want to see what, let's see what this channel's got going on. Let's see what we got. He moves good. Bro, this girl's, bro. Bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Jesus. This is where shit gets interesting. When my computer's slow, I think it's probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Okay. Mother. Someone of the age of 51 years old commented on this live calling me a loser. Look at this. 51 years old. I just looked up the person that said that. 51 years old. Guys, I pray to God that if you're at 51 years old commenting on someone that's literally half your age, calling them a loser on their live, I wish the best of luck for you. I hope you go in the forest and have some psychedelic experience and hopefully learn that, putting out negativity, even at the age of 51, is just insane. Like, absolutely insane. Like, obviously if it was a bot, but this is a real 51-year-old person that decided they didn't like it. It's insane. Do y'all find that interesting? I kind of find it funny. And that was it, too. No other statement. Just that. Just me trying to help y'all out. People commenting, man, I love your advice. Man, you're helping me out so much. He just goes, 51 years old. That's how old my parents are. I could never imagine my parents commenting on someone's video in general and saying anything negative at all. Ever. I was like, it must be a bot. It's not a bot. It's not a bot. It is a 51-year-old real woman that does not like what I'm saying. And I guess, maybe what I said hurt them. When I said that women's goals are men, but it's true. I mean, if it's not, then they're sad and lonely most of the time because they've lied to themselves. So, yeah, it could hurt some people sometimes. And that's the issue, is that a lot of my content can hurt a lot of people that lie to themselves. And that's why this video is called, like, are you lying to yourselves or not? Because when you do lie to yourselves, you don't like my content. If you lie to yourself a lot, you're not going to like my content. Because I call out shit, and if you're honest with yourself and you know you're meant for more and you're meant to grow and you're meant to become the best version of yourself, then you'll like my content. Because you'll be like, okay, like, I'm motivated, I'm ready to go, I'm locked and loaded. But the truth is, if you're always making excuses, if you're always like, no, like, this isn't my fault, you're not going to like my content, because I'm just going to constantly be like, nope, there's a way to get out of it. Nope, you don't make excuses. Nope, this, that, and the other thing. Nope, I don't accept what you're saying. All that. Like, that's my vibe. Oh, man. I got a whole nother, like, wow. Okay, we got a whole nother vibe going on. And the truth is, we're getting a lot more viewers right now in this chat, so we're going to keep it up and keep it going and keep the vibes up. But no, yeah, this is interesting. I don't even know what to... That guy's a meme, no shit. Yeah. It's very interesting, though. I'm a big fan. Thank you. But yeah, that was interesting. Could y'all ever imagine being at the ripe age of 51 years old? 51. Not like 10. Not like 20. Not like 30. 50. Like, you were born in 1970s. I pray for our future, man. I pray for our future with this new social media era, because if we have people at that age that are already, like, so into social media doing that, imagine how kids are going to be 30 years from now. How many adults that we're going to have that are basically just kids that never grew up because they always went on a screen. Like, how many of those? Oh, God. Oh, God. I can't even picture that. Jesus. Anyway, though, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quickly. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here's what we're doing right now. Here's what we got. We got this stream. We got, do you think you put in 100% most days? 64% said yes. 64%. I think y'all are lying. I think some of y'all are lying about that. I don't think y'all actually put in that much work. I really don't. Because if 64% of y'all were, we would have a lot more successful people in this world. We would have a lot more successful people on Earth. So unless we got some absolute killers in here, someone's lying. Someone's not telling the truth. Do you really put in 100%? Do you even know what 100% is? 100% means that for 100% of the day, you are locked in on only your goals. But y'all can't be making me laugh here. 100% means that you're locked in on your goals. That means that every single moment that you are awake matters. And if you are not in the process of completing your goals in that 24 hours or whatever it is, technically you didn't go 100%. Some of y'all could be like, I really went hard, I went 90, but like the odds that someone actually went 100% in one day, low. Very, very, very low. Very, very, very low. Because you guys don't know what 100% actually is. Once you can learn what it actually is, then it's a whole different like vibe of like, okay, like I thought 100% was just like this, but really, whole different vibe. Whole different vibe. I go 100% almost every day. Do you? Do you go 95%? Because 100%, that is a hard thing to attain. And I mean, like, some of y'all think like 100% means you had like a really good day and you worked really hard. No. 100% means you went 100%. You didn't waste any time. You didn't take any breaks. Every single thing that you did contributed to some version of growth in your life. That's what 100% means. And the odds that one of y'all actually do it multiple times a day is low. Very low. Y'all think I go 100% every day? Hell no. I strive for it. But I think I get around, like, I don't know. Depends. Sometimes it's a 40% day. Sometimes it's a 60% day. But I know I have more potential in me. Even if I do these streams for literally, like, 12 hours a day, I still know I have more potential. I still know I could be doing more. I still know I could be working harder, 1,000,000,000,000%. And that's the mindset you need if you really want to grow and be the most successful version of yourself, you know? 90 to 100% most days. See, that's fine, bro. Like I said, I feel like anyone that said they were actually going 100% is just lying to themselves. So if you can be real with yourself and be like, yeah, I'm doing really, really well, but I'm not doing everything. Like that's a good happy medium. You know what I mean? That's a good vibe. Dude, we're starting to get so many people in this chat. All of a sudden, my phone's at 5%. But that's what happens, you know? God's like, hey, yo, your phone's at 5%, about to die. All right, let's give you some people now. What state you from, blood? I'm from South Florida. I don't know. I guess, yeah. Anything under 75 is bad day? Yeah. I suck at this, LOL. I look 36. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. This is the reality of the situation, you know? We gotta not lie to ourselves. We gotta become the best versions of ourselves, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And we can't lose. All right? Because if we lose, guess what? Guess what? You don't win. And when you don't win, everything goes wrong. Unless you use it to win in the end. But if you can't win at the end, yeah, no bueno. Can't have that. Have to win. Have to be able to win at the end. What up? What up? 54 is crazy. This morning in India, I think. Night in country. Can stop. Bro, you have to stop, because the more you think about it, the worse it's going to get. And I know it's hard to not think about it, obviously, But if you talk to other girls, then it's going to be easy to not think about it. That's the truth. But it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while for sure. Wait, kick who out? Who y'all want me kicking out? Bro, I'm trying to. My natural instinct is to talk to other girls. Okay, no. It might not be. It might be your natural instinct right now, but that's only because you've been brainwashed by women and just people in general into thinking that if you talk to other girls, then the other girl is going to be like, oh, I don't like him anymore. He's talking to her. You have to understand that jealousy and talking to other girls is one of the biggest things that could make a girl attracted to you. You have to understand, I didn't know any of this shit in high school, okay? I didn't really know this shit until like senior year of high school. And I could actually barely use it to my advantage because I was already seen as such a young, like, puny kid that there was basically no way to get that image out of most girls' heads that went to my school. That's just the reality of the situation. The truth is, what I looked like in high school was completely different, and I had a completely different experience for it, and there's nothing I could do about it but just become the best version of myself. So when you say stuff like your natural instinct was not to talk to other girls, it was mine too. But the only reason it really was like that was because I was genuinely nervous, and I thought that if I would talk to other girls, that other girls would be like, no, like, that's, like, what are you doing? Like, you can't be doing that. And then, but the truth is, the best way to get over that is just watch other girls talk to other guys and then be like, they do it. They fucking do it. What do you mean? Like, this is the one thing that probably made me like realize I could talk to as many girls as I want and unapologetically is watching women do the same thing. Okay? When I would watch girls basically, give me really nice flirty, attention and all that, and then they would go to some guy and do the exact same thing. Word for word, the exact same thing. It made me basically realize, okay, well, clearly she wasn't as interested in me as I thought. She just does this with every guy. She's an attention person, right? Once I realized that, they're so unapologetic about it. You can meet a super, super nice girl, super nice, sweet. Oh, like, she's only going to do that with me. And she's just super nice to the other guy. And you're just like, whoa, what just happened? I thought you were, like, super nice. That, like, I thought you'd, like, be loyal and not talk to another guy. And, like, we had a thing going on. All of a sudden, you're being super nice to that guy. That is when you realize this is when you need to be like, okay, girls do this. They're unapologetic about it because at the end of the day, you can't force them to date. Like, you're not going to force me, tell me to date. I can do what I want. That's their mindset. Cool. That's your mindset. That's going to be my mindset too. 1000%. I'm going to talk to as many girls as I want. Be unapologetic about it. Go on dates, go on relationships. If they think that we're a relationship, it is what it is. I'll never say that we're officially a relationship. If they want to think it, go ahead. I'm going to talk to other girls and you can be obsessed with me and you could keep talking to me. You can't. But the truth is, I'm not going to sit here and hold myself to one girl because there are so many girls that talk to so many guys and are unapologetic about it. So you need to be the same way. You need to be like, okay, well, if they're just going to be unapologetic about it anyway, then why can't I be? Especially when it's like a nice girl that you genuinely thought like liked you and then she just starts talking to other guys. You're like, okay, well, clearly this is just not okay. Why the hell would I just fixate on this one girl while she's sitting here talking to other guys? Seriously, why would I do that? Why would I do that? You want to be in the position where she's hyper-fixating on you and you're the only guy she's hyper-fixating on and you're talking to a bunch of other girls and they're all, that's the dynamic you need for happy, healthy, romantic experiences. I'm sorry. It's the cold, hard truth. A lot of guys don't want to hear it. They don't even want to, like, accept it. They want to think that I'm lying. They want to think that I'm, giving the wrong advice. They want to think that, no, like, this is just wrong. This is just the girls you're seeing or whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to give you guys the truth here. The issue is that it's not just the girls I'm talking to, okay? This is how women work, okay? And the reason I know this is because I listen to people like my grandma. I listen to people like my mom. I listen to people like my, family members that are women or friends that are women. I listen to them. I listen to how they talk about dating, okay? I'm very analytical about how they talk about dating, how they phrase it, okay? I'm not saying they're bad people, but they don't really realize what's going on in their dating, okay? And it's not their fault, okay? Something biologically is happening. There's a lot of girls that are actually always fighting their attraction. They could really, like, some guy could be super nice, super giving, super caring, and they could be like, oh my God, like, he's perfect. He's everything I want. Super nice, super giving, super caring, super good looking. And then it's everything they want. And the guy's just there available. And they're like, why do I not feel attracted to him? Why do I not feel anything? Everything. He's perfect. Like, why do I not feel anything? The reason is because They're fighting their own biology. They're like, no, I'm so mean. Like, why do I only like toxic guys? Like, I should like this. This is perfect for me. They're literally fighting a battle in their own head. That's what's happening with a lot of women with dating, okay? That's why they always say, like, oh my God, I have such bad taste. Or like, why do I always pick the toxic men? The reason they say all these things, the reason that this happens is because they're the way that they see dating, okay? The way that it works is that if you're perfect, if you're perfectly there, perfectly available, perfectly give her everything, then there's no mystery and there's no tension, and then things fall apart. What up, everyone hopping in? What up, Garado, Harry Potter, what up? I had the opposite problem. I was the bad kid, class clown when I was in school. I talked to so many people when I was younger, never could tell what ones actually liked me. That's the thing, bro. Like, at the end of the day, it's better to be a talker than to be quiet. I mean, like, it's only good to be quiet when you're already in a position of power. Like, you can be quiet when you're already the team captain. You can be quiet when you're already in the girl and guy friend group that, has a bunch of hot girls. You can be quiet when, you're already the main, like, person in the setting, and like, that's when you can be quiet. But in all other situations, when you're trying to develop yourself, you need to talk to as many people as you want. So it's always a good skill to be talking to people and learning people and all that different type of stuff. Okay. Do funny pose. What up? Never got a referral. Never gotten a referral. Yeah, I understand you completely agree. Women like problems and want to fix them. And if you don't have any problems, it's not fun for them. And as we talk about, women are emotional creatures. That's what I'm saying. Like, they want to fix problems. You know what I do? And you guys might think this is crazy. When I used to hang out with girls, I used to clean my room. Now I don't. Here's why. Because before, unfortunately, what happens when you clean your room and you kind of make everything all nice for them is that they're like, why are you trying so hard? Like, are you not just awesome in person? Do you not just have girls and you can just not care and they just like you for who you are? Why do you have to do all this other stuff and clean your room? So I started making my room messier. And what actually happens is, yeah, they'll go, oh my God, your room's so messy, but they'll start cleaning it for you. They'll fall into their feminine energy of doing your laundry and cleaning it because they want to fix something. You have to understand, they don't want a nicely built house. They want a broken down, nice land. This house could look really good if we build it the right way. They want to fix something, okay? They want to fix. So if you have your room all messy and stuff, when they come, their natural feminine thing is going to be like, oh, he's so messy. Like, I need to fix this. Like, I need to fix this problem. That's what happens to their brain. They're not just like, oh, this guy's a slob. He can't take care of himself. Now, obviously, if you're a slob and your mentality is a slob and all that, then yes, it's bad. But at the end of the day, like, if they like you enough and your room is dirty, but, like, you still give off a vibe, you don't care, they're just going to be like, oh, he's so messy, but, like, like, I want to help him. I want to fix him. I need to fix him. Ugh. Like, why do you do this? You ever notice, like, they talk to guys and they're like, oh, he's so this. Oh, he's so that. Oh, he's so that. And then they continuously go for them. That's because they want to fix it. You know what I mean? And then the guy that gives them everything, super nice, everything's perfect, right, is like, oh, no, too much. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know why I don't like him. I feel like I should like him, but I don't know why I don't. The reason is because there's no problems, no tension, no emotion, just purely there, available. Nope, doesn't feel good for them. If you don't feel good, then it's not good. Simple as that. Okay. What up? Hell yeah. Master dark triad traits. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. You gotta master, like, yeah, like the dark, like, traits that get them their emotions spinning. You know what I mean? Tired of being bullied? All right, tired of being bullied? You have all the motivation in the world to prove those bullies wrong. So if you're tired of being bullied physically, then you have all the opportunity to get as strong as possible, get as big as possible, and become as physically intimidated as possible. Learn fighting, whatever you need to do to be able to defend yourself from the bullies. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna be able to avoid it. You're not gonna be able to ignore it. That's not gonna work. Okay, if they're there every day, there's nothing you can do but go full prison mode and defend yourself as much as possible. Now, if it's verbal, it's the same thing. You need to develop confidence. With how you talk, how you walk, everything like that. And develop so much internal confidence that it's almost impossible for them to say anything that really phases you because you already have so much other things that you're confident about. Okay. But yes, bullying is the number one motivator to become the best version of yourself. So the only way to win and beat the bullies is to become the best version of yourself, lift weights, eat healthy, and then become so strong that they look at you after a couple of years and they're like, whoa, like this guy could literally kill me if he wanted to. And that's gonna make them feel very uncomfortable. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to understand, like, when someone picks on you and they see you like changed and bigger, and you like clearly like you have like physical dominance over them when they used to think that they hadn't, something happens to their brain. You know what I mean? Where they first were excited to see you. They might even be a little nice because they're ready to, say something mean. And then it switches and they go from, whoa, what just happened? Like, what just happened? And like they might just, not like you anymore because you're on such a growth path. You know what I mean? But it's so good to see them. So good to see them. People like that. Narcissism, obsessed with self, status, mischievous, I'm not saying that right. Master manipulator, always scheming, psychopathy, no empathy, no guilt, cold and ruthless. Yes, true. That's the thing. If you're cold, ruthless, have literally zero empathy or guilt about the situation, that's gonna form the highest form of attraction because you show you don't care. You show you're so strong that you literally don't care about anything. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're so mentally strong. You know what I mean? That's why it happens. Martial arts are great for confidence builders too. When you learn to fight someone bigger, stronger, faster, talking becomes a lot easier. Exactly. A lot of people are like, oh my God, I get anxiety. I get anxiety so much. I'm like, maybe because you walk in a room and you feel like a weak little piece of shit. And, when you actually get bigger and stronger and feel like you could kill everyone in the room, maybe you'll talk with a lot more confidence. You got to be smart with playing these traits, though. Don't go overboard. Can't be too edgy. Exactly. You got to, find that balance of, dark triad while also not being too over the top with it. Yeah, true. I do kickboxing, having fun talking to strong people. Yeah, hell yeah. And I know how to fight. Hell yeah. How are you, Jake? I'm doing good. What up? What up? What up, everyone hopping in? Just vibing, giving out life advice, trying to help y'all out. Become the best versions of yourselves, mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's basically my plan, my goal, my calling here. So if y'all got any questions about that, let me know, and we're just gonna keep going through it. All right. Oh. Oh man. Sorry. Got some somewhere though. Tired of being bullied, like I said. That's your fuel, that's your fire. And that's also the beginning of your story. Okay, that's chapter 1. I was tired of being bullied. Chapter 2. Fought my bullies. Started to use my fuel into fire. Chapter 3. Came back next year and my bullies were jealous of me because I became back so awesome. You know what I mean? Have a book people are going to want to pick up off the library shelf. Yeah, I mean, most people's books people are just gonna walk right past them. You know what I mean? No one's gonna even take a glance. Make your book something that's gonna be on the top shelf that people have to read it. You know, no good books don't start off with problems. You know what I mean? I've never heard of a good book or read a good book that didn't have problems, or a good movie that didn't have problems in the start or some sort of issue. So again, your movie, I'm tired of being bullied. What happens in the movie? Well, let's find out. Let's see. It's your movie. It's your life. Your life is a movie. Just remember that. Just remember this, guys. I don't want to but your life is a movie. It's a movie. It's literally a movie, and you are the main character, okay? You are the main character. It's the truth. You are. Because at the end of the day, it's your subconscious brain that's controlling you. So you are the main character of your own life. By definition, every single person is technically the main character of their own life because their conscious brain is them. It is what it is. So your life is now a movie. You are the main character. I went today and she said you're good to keep watching him and get info. He's helping, so thank you. Oh, yeah. Do you remember I told you to go to therapy soon? Yeah. So I went today and she said you're good to keep watching him and get more info if he's helping. So yeah, of course. Good. Yeah, that's exactly what your therapist should say. You know, if it's helping, if it's working, keep doing it. If it's working, keep doing it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Simple as that. I've been here the whole time, by the way, just as background audio while I'm editing my YouTube videos. God, I love seeing that, brother. I absolutely love seeing that. That's awesome, man. That's what I'm talking about. I know some of y'all be watching me purely for background noise, just because you're like, you know, maybe sometime at one point he'll say something where I'm like, oh, I'm happy I heard that. Or like, oh, that's kind of cool, or that's interesting, or oh, I'm good. That's good to know. Something like that. But yes, no, I definitely know some of y'all be watching me as background music, or some of y'all just have me in the background while you're doing your thing, which is fine. I'd honestly do it the same way. Like if I were to listen to someone like me, I'd probably do push-ups while doing it, like edit my videos, you know, notebook, like eating food, all this stuff. I definitely would I definitely watch someone like me eating food if I didn't know what I was doing, you know what I mean? Or, you know, was looking for extra motivation, stuff like that, you know. But again, I could tell you people, the thing is, you're not going to find motivation from another person. The other person's just going to teach you how to find motivation within yourself. So when I watched David Goggins, I was like, everyone's like, saying David Goggins just gives them motivation and stuff. Like, David Goggins doesn't give you motivation. He gives you one of the best logical strategies for finding motivation within yourself. You know what I mean? And just hardcore mentality. You know what I mean? It's a whole different, situation. Yeah, I've just been chatting because I was editing. Hell yeah. If my life was a movie, it's a comedy. Hey, brother. Well, it's a comedy that might turn into an action real quick. Comedy plus action. You ever heard of those movies? Watch The Babysitter. That's a comedy to action real quick. Like a straight up switch. Then charge it, boy. Stop being a meme. Brother, I am charging it, but unfortunately, here's where the meme comes in. My charger is so shit, and I refuse to get a better one, so it's barely charging. Guess what? What up? Don't spam, chill. It's fine if being a comedy, since it's not a dark comedy, it's a sitcom comedy. There you go, myself. Oh, thank you, damn, dude. Oh, thank you, sub. Oh, there's no need to find motivation. You need to learn dedication. Well, you definitely need to learn dedication. But I would say if you have both, it's better than one. So I'm not saying motivation is better than dedication. I'm not saying dedication is better than motivation. But I am saying that dedication and motivation is better than just dedication alone or just motivation alone. I would say having both is, really good. And also having discipline and direction. All four of those things, having all those things, it's just better. So it's again, it's never like what's better. Like, you don't have to work hard, you just have to work smart. It's like, well, why not both? It's like, you don't have to train hard, you just have to eat right. It's like, well, why not both? So it's like, like, it's the same thing for like, they're like, yes, there might be no need for motivation if you do have dedication, but the truth is motivation does help you become more dedicated. You're motivated to be dedicated. So sometimes both comes in. But yeah, I see what you're saying for sure. Because the truth is, if someone did technically have dedication, like fully learned dedication and fully applied it, then technically, yes, they wouldn't need motivation if they were able to do that. But it's very hard to do that. I need an arc nemesis for my life as a movie. Anyone got an arc nemesis? I subbed. Thank you, brother. So can I be in one of your vids? No. I don't think anyone's gonna be in my vids except for me and maybe my clients. Jake takes, what happened if my other brother used Morse code to say that he saw the boiled one? I don't know what I mean. I'm so stupid with this whole time. I thought you were. Yeah. No, that happens a lot, actually. That's like a common occurrence of people just calling me Jake Steaks. Even and like, I'm just like, like, I don't know. The reason it happens is because it's pretty simple. And it also kind of doesn't, I don't even get mad. I'm like, it's kind of helps me out because it like makes sense. Like, I eat steak. I preach about how why steak is so good. So the truth is, like, if someone were to be like, yeah, it's Jake Steaks, it's like, okay, that makes sense. Like, yeah, his name is, it's, yeah. So like, it's hard like that. Like, if you hear it, you're just hearing it. I don't know. But yeah, no, that definitely happens a lot. Like, it's happened like with someone like in person. Like, they were literally like, oh yeah, I followed your steak account. And like, I had 0 steak posted at the time. They just knew I talked about it. And I was just like, what? Like, yeah, you're Jake Steaks? And I was like, what? So, yeah. Okay. Be in one of your vids, please. The only way someone would be able to, from this chat, be able to get into one of my videos, the path of that is you have to first DM me on Instagram or comment on YouTube, one-on-one. And then I'll send you a one-on-one link to my coaching program, right? And we can do a one-on-one call and see if you're fit for my program. And then once if I see that you're fit for the program, I see you're locked into your goals and you're actually trying to help yourself and make a difference and get bigger and stronger and achieve your goals, then, we could add you to the program. And then if through the program you absolutely destroy it with me and have like insane results and then, do really, really well, then I might be like, all right, you know what? Like, we can make a client video where like I do like a client interview with you or like I train you or whatever. And, we kind of like go from there or something. But so it is possible, but there's some steps to that. Like, there's a hella steps. He's like paralyzed and he can only move his one. He can only move one. He can only move his eyes. He's like paralyzed and he can only move his eyes. I need a steak account now. Good night, y'all. I wish you good luck in life. I will probably see some of y'all soon. Hell yeah. I don't have Insta, but please, I subbed. Oh yeah, thanks for the sub. Like I said, brother, if you want the one-on-one call, shoot me a comment on my YouTube commenting one-on-one, and yeah, I'll send you a link to my Calendly through there. You know what I mean? And then you can put in your information, and we'll go from there. Let me explain it. Someone boiled. Oh yeah, okay. So I think I'm gonna do a new poll because we got. Do you think 100% date? And it's 63% said yes. So yeah. I kind of want to do another poll. I'm gonna do a deep one. Let's go. What up, Katie Kakita? That's an interesting name. Ugh. Someone said no. Someone said no, they didn't lie to themselves today. Who are you? Who didn't lie to themselves today? Expose yourself. Tell me everything that you did and how you didn't lie to yourself. Because this is now getting to a tricky question, because you're like, I'm asking you, did you lie to yourself? And some of y'all could lie on this question. You're lying about if you lied to yourself. Wow. Not to get confusing here, but if you can handle all that, then we can talk about it and really go in deep on what that actually means. Please give me a shout out. Please say my name. Hello, Prince. Me, believe that I subbed. Hi. Or no, me. It was me. Make sure to repent, usually optional. Have a good day. What does that mean? Can we go deeper with that, Cameron? I would love for you to go deeper with that. Usually optional. Have a good day. Usually optional. I want to know what that means. It's very interesting. Pretty sure I didn't lie to myself. All right. Well, then that means if you really claim that, then you should probably analyze like your entire day and all your thoughts and all the decisions you made, and really say, like, did I lie to myself? And you know what you could even do to really go deeper with it, brother? You could check ChatGPT and just like talk to it and be like, hey, this is what I did today, blah 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 blah, and like talk to it for like maybe 5-10 minutes, explain everything, and then just say, did I lie to myself today? Like, am I lying to myself today at all? Like, what am I not seeing? Like something like that. That'll really help you out. Made sure to report, usually optional. Have a good day. Wait, no, already said. So I was supposed to put no, but my brother pushed me. Jesus. It's crazy how some of y'all be like in the stream and like something happens and then y'all are just like, oh, like someone took my phone, or like something happened, like I don't know what just happened. Like I didn't mean, like all of a sudden like someone else is there. Remember me, please. I can be in your vids. I don't have Instagram, plus I subbed. Brother. Sorry. Unfortunately, there's a process to this. So we got 5 votes. 60%. Bruh, in the last stream, I was watching some dude called 9/11 for a joke, and officers are now on the way, but he's cooked. Wait, what? Really? Wait, bruh. Okay. Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, what? Like, yeah, okay. That's yeah, that's what happens. I mean, like, what are you doing? And at one point, I think I tried to plan out how I was going to elaborately plan to get an artist to start TikTok trend for mere purpose to prank my other friend, but that's just me being delusional. Is it? Or are you lying to yourself? I don't know. And the only reason I'm saying that is now because you said that you were the one that voted you, so I kind of have to use you as an example. But like, I don't know if you actually did or not, and I have no idea. I'm Mr. Like, I don't know the situation at all, but I know that my message to you guys is just, what lying to yourself does is it avoids short-term painful conversation, and it avoids that, and then creates extreme long-term pain. You know what I mean? Like long-term lifestyle pain type vibe. Whole different vibe. Yeah, I get it. Stuff you out. We're at 1,800 subs. We reached the goal. So now it's just like, okay, time to just get better. Now the police was at my house. Turned out that my stepbrother, Martin, did a prank call on the police. Wait, is this the dude doing the live? Or no? That'd be hilarious. How many subs do you have? I kind of want to know. Bruh. You know what? That's not a bad strategy. Just hop into people's lives and be like, give me a sub. Like, can I get a sub? Like, at some point, someone's going to give you it. And, like, at some point, you just keep asking for it. Or you just go into people's live streams and be like, I don't know. If you keep going to different people, I mean, at some point, people are going to give you a sub, right? Zero 0.5 GPA activities. What is a 0.5? Is that like all F's and then like one D? Or is that like D's and F's and then like one C? I don't know. I got 12 for real. Wait, I just added that last part. You didn't actually say that. Jesus, that's how you know I'm tired, when I'm like reading things wrong and adding words to sentences. 0.5 is like horrible. I feel like 0.5 GPA is something that you would have to actually actively try to get. You know what I mean? Like, you'd actively have to say, like, no, I refuse to do this work, basically. Oop, remember me? Alabama. See, this is... Let's check out these votes. We got 10 votes. Did you lie to yourself today? And 60% of people said no. They're like, nope, I didn't lie to myself. I ain't lie. Bro, come on. You're capping about lying. You're lying about lying. So I'm not saying it's all 6 of you, but it's definitely at least 2. And could be more. And I'm the only one that's going to call out my viewers. You know what I mean? Some people are afraid to call out their viewers because they don't want to offend them. I'm like, nah, brother. I want you to get so good at whatever you're doing that, like, you come back and you're like, holy shit. Like, after I started listening to this dude, like, everything in my life just started to kind of make sense, in the sense that I started to just work so hard and try to analytically achieve my goals and healthy diet, lifestyle, all that fitness, that everything just got so much better. Like, that's what I want to hear. You know what I mean? So I hope I can help at least one person get to that point. At least one. But obviously, I would want more as well. The F students are inventors. I think the way I think about it, and this is definitely generalizing and numbers based and not always true, and everything's different, but I would say the B and C students are usually like the business owners and inventors, because they're smart enough to like still pass the classes. They're not like complete dumbasses, but they're still at the point where they don't really like being told what to do. They don't like doing like work that doesn't really matter and they haven't made a connection to. So they just kind of do like the bare minimum that works and gets them passed. But actually in a business setting, they'll work a lot better because they're always just trying to figure out how to like just optimize whatever they're doing. So, yeah. God. I like can't move the phone rotation. It's so annoying. Time is it? It's 10:39. For you, it's 12:37. in Mexico for vacation. Hell yeah. Like, I can't, like, move my phone like this. It's, like, messed up. I don't know. Oh, we got 3 more votes. So let's go over the people that said, yes, you did lie to yourself. Congratulations. You're the first step into, being honest with yourself. But there is a small issue, okay? Have you been honest with yourself for so long and just not done anything about it? Because if that's the case, it becomes a lot harder. But if it's just one of those things where, yes, like, I lied to myself today and I don't want to keep doing it and I don't know why I keep doing it, then you're in the right place, okay? This is where you get to figure out and this is where you get to grow, okay? That's what I'm saying. And keep calling it out. Keep calling out every time you lie to yourself. You don't need to tell anyone else. You can just do it in your head and then or tell ChatGPT or something. But like y'all need to understand, like it's a tough conversation, yes. It's gonna be uncomfortable. But once you do it, what you're able to do is just get past it and then move forward on your goals. That's what I'm saying. It's like avoiding short-term pain for long-term pain. So if you can just get with that short-term pain now and just to get started on your stuff, then it's just going to be way easier. Gotta go. Why, man, bro? Sleepy. Hell yeah, I'm sleepy, bro. I'm so sleepy, but it is what it is. Nah, I have to go somewhere. Peace out, brother. 50-50 on the yes or no. 50-50 on the yes or no. What do y'all think about that? Holy, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm literally gonna fall asleep. Why do I always fall asleep when the streamers are, or their streams are finally like popping? There's more people in here. I literally almost just fell asleep on the stream. That's so not good. That's so bad. Now I'm so tired though. Like I am tired. Like you guys don't understand. Maybe you do. Alright. That's the end of this then. If y'all got any questions, let me know. But other than that, I think I'm just gonna call it because I'm tired. It is what it is, Like I said, if you have any final statements, questions, or comments, or anything like that, put it in the chat. Or just shoot me a DM on Instagram. Go to my Calendly. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Go to my YouTube bio. It's going to have a link, and I'll send you a link to my Calendly for a one-on-one call. Or comment on YouTube, and I'll just send you a link to my Calendly right then and there. I think I'm going to head out now. Hope y'all have a good one. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day or night, whatever it is. Hope y'all are motivated to become the best versions of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. But I'm just going to call it because I'm tired, and that's it. So, peace out, y'all.